All right. Good morning, everyone. What was I going to say after that? I don't know. Okay, so I'm about to click release or publish on all these and also shut down the existing servers. So, yeah. Okay. Let me not do this incorrectly, though. Remember, there's a high chance of many bugs because, well, there wasn't much time to test it, especially with the items. That was like the last thing I made at like 1 a.m. this morning. So yeah, in the Discord, there's a bug reports forum page. So anything you find, go and add a thing there. At this point, we are ready. So let me click Alt P on each of the 3 places, those being ring 5, ring 6, and no, wait, 4 places actually. I got to do it for the starting place as well, the one you're seeing now, the ring select, in other words. I didn't have that one open. Okay. Let's hope, well, okay, I was thinking I'd shut it down with the dev console, but actually I'm just going to shut it down on the website page because that's easier. And that way, it gets to all servers. So if you're in the middle of a tower, sorry. But I think this is worth it. Trying to make sure I remember if I deleted no clip before that becomes a problem. But all right, we're ready. So at this point, I'm going to remember how to do that. I don't remember how to do that. This will take a second. How do you shut down servers? I don't remember. Restart servers, there's that. Still looking. Oh, here we go. Okay. Restart, going now. Restart server was outdated versions. Minimize players. Gives players suddenly. Okay. Alright, here we go. Restart. You should all get kicked, I think. And I set, like, disconnected time to, 30 seconds. So why is nothing happening? Okay, I think we're gonna have to go plan B. That's okay. Luckily, I have dev console commands. Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's gonna be annoying because, like, I'd have to shut down every server simultaneously. Well, actually, that's not true. Okay. Why would the button that restarts servers not, work? Oh, wait, I hit 30 minutes. Oh, that's not good. I thought that was 30 seconds. Oh, uh-oh. Can I cancel it? Wait. I clicked the total wrong thing. Oh, also, looks like, yeah. Okay, so this is still working. Cool. I clicked delay server, not how long you're going to be disconnected. Or, like, it will disconnect everyone in 28 minutes unless I figure out how to cancel it. So, now I gotta delay the time bomb or cancel it. Can I cancel a server restart? It doesn't seem I can change it. That's awesome. Okay, so everyone's going to get disconnected in 28 minutes. But, well, I'm probably going to have to disconnect everyone a bunch of times anyway due to the many bugs we can all expect to see. That being said, let me go ahead and check. Bug reports has nothing in it yet. Nothing new in it anyway. Okay. So I'm also going to use Quick Teleport, the new feature. Well, somewhat new, to go to ring 6. Let's see if that one needs to be shut down. Nope. All right. Nice. Why don't I have all the items? That's odd. Although I saw this earlier. Okay, cool. Yeah, this one seems good. And, There's no quick teleport to the ring select. Let me see. Oh, wait. I never updated the place version. That's not good. Well, we can definitely tell the different... Here, it's okay. What we're going to do is... Here, like, look down here. It says place version. Let's check Tower of the Planets 2 to make sure that's updated. You won't notice anything immediately, but I can because I should have my items. Yeah. Why some of them aren't loading, I don't know. Let's check the dev console. It might... Don't you do, like, wait for child? That might be it. This is technically place version 32. You can't see that, but it is. Because I forgot to update it because I'm stupid. Let me check stream chat. And still nothing in bug reports. I guess that's good. This is so far going better than the Ring 5 release, where there were immediately like 5 game-breaking bugs that I didn't know of, and then it took like an hour to fix them because it was like really hiding the cause of it. Anyway, this is updated, so that's good. Let's go back to Ring 6. Quick teleport. Ring 6. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. This isn't really a bug report, but Brian punged me with the dev note, or the dev sign, accidentally in somewhere in Ring 5. Let me go delete that, although you won't see that until the next place version. Oopsie. Okay. Let me update some change logs as well. Okay, Ring 6 teasers in the Discord is no longer Ring 6 teasers. It's now just Ring 6, the update, or the change log for it. Place version 1. And then, what place version are we on for Ring 5? Place version 32. That's what it says. It's actually place version 33, though. Okay, so that's now done. And then, Tower of the Planets. This is technically place version 32, but it says place version 31 because I'm stupid. Right? Wait. Yeah. Technically, Tower of the Planets is place version 32. And this is... added support for items, for the new Robux items. Okay, now we're ready to start playing some towers. Sorry if that was slightly boring. Point is, there were a lot of things to do right as I release it, and I forgot several of them. But at least there aren't any game-breaking bugs anyone's discovered. Trying to think if there's any that I know. Well, let's start with there are a bunch of towers that it says I've won, but I haven't. That was from testing purposes. So what I'm going to do is go to my dev console commands. There's one to clear all stats for a tower for a specific person. And that line would be you put in the username there, and you put in the tower here. So we need to do this for, well, basically every Ring 6 tower. So let me just copy-paste this, and then type in Tower of Relief, and then it's not throwing errors. It's not going to make that become black because there's no support for that, but if I rejoined, that would be fine. Because, like, that only needs to become black if you're, or, like, you know, to suggest you haven't completed that tower. If I'm doing this, which is just like a testing debug thing, so it seems not worth coding that to do that when you can just rejoin. Okay, there's that one. I entered every tower at least once here, pretty much. And, yeah. Okay. That's the beginner ones. Glad to see people beating towers. You are getting the badge, right? I sure hope so. Because otherwise, that's not good. Beginner or intermediate towers are up here. Let me clear all these. Yeah, most of these were won with no clip. Actually, I think every single one was. Even the ones that have not been completed, they have stats from testing. So I'm just going around clearing those. Did I have stats for that one? I wonder if it just like... Okay, it doesn't throw errors, so that's good, I guess. Play that one. Tower of winning. Okay, if I go to tower stats, I should start to see these disappear. Like, I don't see tower of winning, presumably. Yep. Did I do... Isn't it simple yet? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Did I put the question mark? Did I do sunny lands? You know, I can... Hold on. Let me go just tower of, so I don't have to keep typing that in, and copy that instead. There are far more towers that contain tower of than towers that don't. So that's not where that leads. Okay. Where's no clip when you need it? Check stream chat. I'm doing some extreme multitasking here. The green pad doesn't work. Where? In the win room? The win room. Okay. That's strange. The win... Oh, wait. Yeah, never mind. That win room, I know that one works. That win room, I assume I just forgot it. We will get to that in a second. Let me finish clearing my stats. That won't break anything because all the script does is just kills your character. So if you just reset, it'll do the same thing. So that one's not super high priority at the moment, unlike the game-breaking bugs from Ring 5 release, which included, I didn't say this what they were, but it was things like, it was basically when it like ran the win tower thing when any player beat a tower and like not specifically check that the player it's running for is the one who just beat the tower, which is something I'd never even thought of as I was scripting it, you know, because in studio I would always just be the only one here. So, and that was really hiding that where mountainous trials, can't type. Like I said, it took me like an hour to find that was the cause, and that's what I needed to do. But it was a wonderful moment when I figured it out. Tower of awful top heads. Tower of clear ascent. Oh, by the way, doing this to clear tower stats, this doesn't remove badges, because you can't do that in the dev console. Like, only the person who has the badge can delete the badge from their inventory. So you would keep the badge, but I don't have any of the badges yet because in Roblox Studio, but not in Team Test, it doesn't give you badges. So like that's actually very useful because I don't get badges for winning towers with no clip. Although I'd probably just delete them anyway, or if I don't know, it's kind of interesting that you don't like have the badge already for your own game when you upload it, because it's different from like game passes. Hence, I have all these items. Wait, hold on. I only had one earlier, and that wasn't on a previous time I was in the server. I'll bet if it's messed up like that, you can rejoin. And I'll bet the reason that bug is happening is because I need to just add a small delay when you join to do that. Noted. Tower of Peppermint. We're almost done here. How's the stream doing? 34 concurrent viewers. You'll have to see it. Check the Discord as well. Any bug reports? Tower Rush doesn't work. I kind of expected that. Lighting change, so it's dark forever. Okay. Right, the lighting effects from in the Tower Rush room. We will fix that in a minute. That's on my... Oh, more dev notes. I need to... Okay, so I feel like SMToH Ring 6 was a disaster. No. This isn't nearly as bad as Ring 5. Okay, wait, what did I just clear? Did I just clear? I think I just typed crazy climb, not comet anomaly. Yeah, I gotta be careful not to type the wrong thing, because if I type Tower of the Planets, it will delete all that data. However, it would be very hard to accidentally type in the wrong thing unless I, like, am stupid. You know, if I really wanted to... hold on. This is... I refuse to believe that this isn't a tower. Okay, cool. Now, let me go rejoin. Easiest way to do that is to go to Ring 5 and then back. Okay. What I was saying. If I really wanted to, I could screenshot, like, Tower of the Planets' stats, and then that way if I accidentally delete them, I can add them back. It would be kind of annoying. I don't have a dev console command to directly just add stats back, but I could basically just code that to go in. Is it a different server? Or is everyone in Ring 6? Because I'm in Ring 6, maybe. Well, I'm going back anyway. As I was saying, like, I could, like, say, go into Roblox Studio and just write a quick script that will add those stats. It would be pretty quick, and like then I just enter the game. But I don't think there's a high probability of me accidentally typing Tower of the Planets. So, anyways, you can now see that all these have black signs except that one because I apparently missed it. What was that one? Tower of Climbing on the Heights. I must have mistyped it. There we go. And then if I were to rejoin, that would go black again, but that's fine. This also falls under the category of green signs. Like, it's the same script. As you can see, this is... Wait, TOBC. Why is... I missed that one, too. You know, maybe it is worth rejoining. Tower of Bubblegum Tower of Bubblegum Climbing. There we go. Okay. Let's fix some bugs now. The green pad in the wind room doesn't work. Yes, I'm aware. That is the first thing I'm about to fix. Let me go find a place to sit. Viewing area seems like a good option. Whee! The couches don't work. I should add seats. These don't work either. There, good enough. That's close enough sitting. Okay. Let me go to Ring 5 in Roblox Studio, and I will change my window capture on OBS to Ring 5 as well. Give me a second. There you go. Okay. Here's Ring 5 in Studio View. Wait, we're supposed to do Ring 6. I'm stupid. Hold on. Ring 6 in Studio View. There we go. Okay. So here's Ring 6 in Studio View. Let me be careful not to reveal any secrets. This thing is not working. This is... it's very simple to fix. Return to tower. Or, no, return to lobby, I mean. And then I can just copy-paste the script from the one over here, which does work, because I, tested it. All that does is just kills your character. Ideally, I wouldn't just have the same script in multiple, or, like, copy-paste the same script to multiple parts. Ideally, I do, like, one script that applies to every part I want to do this, which would be, like, here we go. That would be like, these two return to lobby pads. In Ring 5, it would also be the Acid Ocean, which is actually a bunch of parts. Because it's better to have things in one script, as that is less, like, taxing on the server. So, yeah. Oh, there's also this. Let me delete that. That was where I was designing the oppose animation thing. So why am I still not getting items? That's odd. Okay. Anyway, that is the bug fixed, but that will be in... that'll be a place version 2 thing. Let me go ahead and update that text so I don't forget. There we go. Okay. So if you see place version down here, which you probably won't be able to get into a new server, but there you go. Okay. Next issue was it was the Tower Rush thingy. He said Tower Rush doesn't work. That's not exactly true. It does work. You just can't see the lighting. So, hold on. Let me window capture properties, change that to this. Okay, we're back in the game now. Let me just remember how you get to Ring 6 Tower Rush. I may have forgotten. Yeah, I think I forgot. That's not good. I got nothing. You would think I would know where it is in my own game, but I didn't build it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to Roblox Studio. Do I want to do this? This isn't going to reveal how you get to it. I'm just going to fly under the map and you'll see it. But it might reveal other secrets. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Instead, what I can do is just add a lighting reverter here. That'll probably do the trick. Lighting reverter. There it is. Okay. Just grab it from any old place. Any client object folder. Then go to Tower of Reliefs. This is the first tower in the Tower Rush. Client object folder. Go paste into, and then put it in the proper location. Which would be at spawn. This would, if only lighting changers are used in the Tower Rush lobby room, like portal room, then this will reset it. If there are other things, which there might well be, then I would have to add like a bloom resetter or whatever other effect it is. We will see. Okay, and then there was one more thing someone was saying. There were 3 primary bugs. Maybe that was it. But, well, there are more anyway. It was dev signs I wanted to remove. I'll do that in a second. The Windroom green pad doesn't work. Yeah, I know. It's fixed in the explanation. Can't enter Tomva portal. I think that's an old bug that I still don't know how to fix. But, okay. What did I just say I was going to do? Remove some dev signs, right. Okay. That would involve revealing secret areas I don't want to reveal just yet. So, it'll only take a second. Let me go Roblox this thing, and then go to ring 5. They're both in ring 5, the dev signs that are supposed to be gone. Oh, yeah. There's also a, like, catastrophic difficulty purist obby somewhere in ring 5 that's supposed to give you a badge if you win it, but, I forgot to make it give you a badge. So maybe don't try that right now. Don't try it at all, actually, because you will definitely lose your sanity trying to do it. But yeah. What now? What was I going to do? Okay. Let me save a couple places, and I think it's time we play some Ring 6 towers. Okay. Surprisingly few bug reports, actually. I expected there to be, like, at least 10, but there's only been, like, 4. I can look at suggestions, though. There's one. A utility button that has emotes, maybe /E cheer and dance 2. Alignment keys are optional, but seriously, a good amount of people can't chat, and a few towers aren't possible for them. That is true. I guess now more than ever, that really needs to be added with the, sell your face to the robots. The whole thing. I can't play towers. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Demonstrate. There is a way to bug test this. You got oppose. I'll use mine as well. It looks so cursed with like other packages. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use a dev console command. Let me go find it. And that would be print all entries in loaded towers info, which is that. We should see silly toys TOAA. Okay, so this is that same bug of it for some reason thinking you're in a different tower. If you just reset, I think it should fix. Okay, that should, if I do this, it should, like, we shouldn't see your name here, i.e. you're not in a tower. Which is correct. Okay, I should probably make it so it doesn't print that a zillion times when you enter a tower. Can I friend you? No. Okay, yeah. Guest 404 says thing stuck. Is that anything? Wait, is it username or what? Oh, there you are. Where is this? Oh, that's, okay. You're at the anomaly entrance. That's going to be a sub-realm entrance at the moment. It shouldn't do anything right now. Let's go see. It was sort of a, like, sub-realm entrance that was begun, but then never finished or really made into anything. Well, it was scripted to do some stuff, but it, like, was just throwing errors all over the place, and I'm like, I'm not going through hundreds of lines of codes to fix this thing that's for a sub-realm entrance that's not going to exist for, like, a while. But, well, there's still some gameplay over here, apparently. And does this do it? Oh, it does do something. It does nothing. Okay. I think that's just the little interact button. Okay. There's a new bug report. Part of Tower of Awful Top Head's revamp in the game is not supposed to do that. What? Nothing seems wrong to me. I reply. I will get back to you in a second. Okay. Let's play some towers now. Oh man, my computer is not happy having like 4 Roblox Studio tabs open. Oh, has anyone seen the ring select yet? We haven't looked at that yet. I sure hope it's not horribly broken and you can't enter anything. We won't have any problems related to I can't test it with multiple people because that has a server limit of 1. It didn't with the old ring select with the base plate, but I set it as I updated the game. Okay. It's Tower of Relief time. Oh, and let's also remember that tower difficulty voting polls are open. Though I'll show where those are after this tower. Dogs. Dogs. I'll do this in the meantime. Oh, another thing I want to add is being able to like unequip tools so they don't even appear at all, like Ito, but that will be a not right now issue. By the way, Ito does not save like items used in your tower stats at all. So, like this game does, but Ito doesn't. I'm really not doing that for any reason in particular, except that I might need to know it in the future, or that you might just be interested to read it in your stats eventually. Now, where do I go? Oh, over here. Like, basically the thought was, that's not where I go. The thought was like, better save it and not actually need it than need it later and wish I'd have been tracking it from the start, you know? What is going on here? Is something supposed to activate? You don't show to that. Hold on. Let me go to Roblox Studio View. I'm not seeing anything. But people have beaten the tower, so... What? Skiz, can you help us? You built this tower. Wait, what? Oh, that's a bounce pad. I thought that was a spawn pad. Okay, that could use some better indication. I can add some. Or Skiz can, and then I'll update the tower. Although, me just adding it is a bit easier than reinserting the whole tower, you know? Okay, there we go. Keep an eye on my health as well, and then I could use the Roro healing item. Now, are we sure this is easy difficulty? Like, why is there an insta-kill there? Even though it's very easily avoidable. Allegedly, this is the easiest tower. There it is completed, and there I got the badge. That was my first time through it legit, but I didn't see the little notification that I can vote on it because only me... Oh, right, that doesn't work. Just reset. Only I can, or like, for testing / purposes like that, I guess, I just gave myself, like, already the ability to vote on every tower. Although, unlike for Ring 5, I wasn't quite as familiar with the difficulties of this one. So I didn't, like, like a vote is submitted as just these difficulties on the chart, but I should, actually give them a vote at some point. If you're wondering where the difficulty voting area is, it is down here in this room. All right. So Tower of Relief, it's marked as, well, normally it's marked as the middle button, but these ones, if they're like right at the bottom on easy, then like if it's marked as low easy, then you can vote up to mid medium. There's no effortless. What does it say on the chart? Let me use my secret ability, Shift P, since I own the game, to not have to walk back up there. TOR is marked as mid easy. Okay. So in that case, this is the like marked difficulty. Normally, say when we go to a higher difficulty tower, it's just the middle one. Also, apparently, I don't have the ability to vote on every tower. Never mind. Bubble tower wind pad bugged. I'll check that in a second. First, if you ask me, this is honestly not easy. It's like at least mid-medium, if you ask me. I'm going to say mid-medium. Okay. Silly Toys, you're saying you were having some problems. Let me find you. There you are. Awesome. I love that. Okay. Most likely, it is the same issue of loaded towers info. But this was a relatively obscure thing, like, before. Yeah, if we see where your name is their name not here? Does that mean you're not in a tower? I don't see it. Okay, it looks like you're just not in a tower for some reason. Or the server doesn't think that. That's... Okay. Yeah, you're just gonna have to redo the tower. Or I could try to... I mean, it's easy difficulty. It'll take you like 1 minute, so sorry. But this is new information that's useful. It's probably something like loaded... The teleport script, the one that handles who's in what tower... That probably runs into errors and like does things wrong if there are a ton of people entering towers all in one server all at one time, as is the case now when we have like 50 people here. I wonder if I can reduce the chance of that happening if I lower the server limit. Currently it's 50, but usually, I mean, on release day we're gonna have lots of people playing, but usually it's closer to like 3 or fewer. However, I have seen this happen in servers with as few as like 5. So, like, even if I set it to, like, 12, it still wouldn't be completely gone. But now that I'm onto something that is just, like, server lag that's causing that, I wonder if I could, like, add a delay or something. Like, maybe the clients see when you enter a tower and then tell the server you just entered the tower. That way, it's not all the server trying to do everything at once, which I guess leads to some errors. Again, this is a old bug that's been there for a while that I just don't really know how to fix. But now I'm onto something. Okay. Wait. That's part of the TOAT. There's a TOAT revamp coming? Okay. Let's go check this out. Medium, or in the red sign, red ones over here. Okay. Wait, no, it's this one. I should add, like, a little speed booster along here, I feel like, because it kind of takes a while to walk to some of these. This one is particularly far away. Okay, TOAT. Yeah, I guess you don't. You just don't go to that part in the tower. Okay. If there's a revamp coming, which there is, so... Usually we're gonna go properties on the Roblox Studio, go to ring 6, and go select this and delete this outside. I mean, do you want me to? I could just keep it and you don't go to it if you want. Let me ask. Would you like me to remove it? If he's done with the revamp, then I guess I should upload or like add in the new version of it. I motioned towards that. I meant that. Yes, please. I'm not done with it. Okay. So he does want me to go in and delete it. If I can click the right button. Why do I have so many tabs open? Okay, let's delete these. This is going to be a place version 2 thing, though. Yeah, because if I just delete all these, then they'll just be added in back with the revamp once the revamp is ready. I didn't just delete something I didn't mean to, right? No. Okay, there we go. And there we go. That didn't even do anything more. Okay. Go to this and then go, Alright. Let's do the next one. Actually, let's do something a little harder. Let's do HHB. Or look at more bugs, because there were some. Okay. One of the copyrighted audios in-game. It doesn't play in-game, though. Huh. Okay. The Wind Room song is non-existent. Well, it's not. It needs to be replaced. That will be a thing I do later because, well, it's kind of annoying. Or like finding replacement music on the stream and then probably getting copyright claimed, even though I'm literally allowed to. You know, I hate the music industry, so I'll have to do that later. Alright, so here we are doing Honeycomb High Bonanza. Yay. Staff only. Okay. I should give some commentary, I guess. But, well, I was up till 4 a.m. to finish this update and finish the video, so I'm very tired. Give me a break here. I mean, at the moment, I'm on, like, 60% energy. So, like, yeah. Because I woke up recently. What time is it now? Yeah, an hour and a half ago. Right before the stream. I slept every minute I could. Like, I woke up at, like, 58 minutes of the hour. So, 2 minutes before the premiere of the video began. Whee! This is the Bee Swarm Simulator Tower. By the way, what do you guys think of the... Wait, where do I go? Here. Like, custom islands on these. Such as for that... Well, that one's pretty normal. Like, this one's a custom island. There's also... Well, that one's not really a custom island. It's just like a thing... It is, but it's off to the side of the actual tower, which is, like, its own island. That was kind of the best thing to do about that. Return to floor 2. Right, don't you go back down and then redo this? I think you do. If I recall from when I was reviewing these. Right, okay, let's talk about that. So, in rings 5 and 6, I just, like, accepted every tower that was submitted, claiming I wouldn't reject it unless it's an abomination. And given where that ended, we'll say... If you saw the Ring 6 devlog, you know what I'm talking about, maybe. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. And admittedly, there will be some not great towers being submitted, especially as there are now, I guess, more people wanting to build towers. Not necessarily with dubious intent, but point is, there are a lot of towers, I probably won't be able to add them all. So, curators, which is the system Ito uses as opposed to just claim a slot. That hit it? Yeah. Back. That's gonna be one of those like jobs you could apply for to work in SMToH, or like what that entails would be you get a role in the Discord, and you'll also get a chat tag. I don't think I've given the chat tags for the Ring 6 builders. I need to do that. Not right now though. But yeah, for curators, you will. Well, hold on. What do I do? Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do the application thing. Like a Google form or what. The thing with Google Forms is, wouldn't that leak my own email address? I'd have to like create a new one, which this is about the 5th thing I've thought I could do related to SMToH or the channel, etc. That I'm like, I would need to use a Gmail for, that I don't want to be my, Gmail leaked. So I would make one that's like my sort of business email, if you will, / official email of this channel, but not the one I generally use for things, if that makes any sense. Basically, so that I can, say, share files on Google Drive if I need to with somebody, instead of awkwardly uploading it to YouTube and then you screen record it yourself, or use a sketchy video downloader. Okay, but the application process, whether on a Google form or what, is probably going to involve giving your name and stuff, and then saying, like, I don't know, it should be like a job application questions. What are your strengths and weaknesses? My weakness, I can't think of anything. Uh-oh. I probably won't ask that, but I will ask, like, how will you contribute to SMToH? And what prior experience do you have in this area? Because you'll be able to do this for, like, curators or scripter or lobby builder, etc. And if you were one of the volunteer lobby builders for Ring 6 and Ring 5 revamp, then you'll, like, that can count as prior experience. Although, okay, so, like, anyone could have the role, right? Not exactly everyone really did anything. But, like, if you did a lot, don't worry, you'll keep the role. If not, you will be revoked of the role, but you can still reapply for it, and your work, if you did a little bit on Ring 5 and Ring 6, you can use that as, like, part of your experience. Little paragraph, I guess. But I guess you'd need a bit more. It could be experience like building, including building towers as well. That would count as building experience, or lobby building experience. And you can include pretty much anything on there, I guess, like towers you've built, submitted to SMToH, submitted for SMToH, hobby creator fan games. I might also ask questions like, how comfortable with you with using Roblox Studio as opposed to, say, tower creator or hobby creator. This way. Now, the only awkward one is scripter. Oh, hey, I got that. The difficulty voting. Because, like, okay, the Ring 6 lobby and Ring 5 revamp were finished months ago, but I had to script, like, everything else. Like, anything not related to the lobby, that sort of stuff was done by Letheria mostly, such as the, like, teleporter orbs. That was not done by me. But, like, everything else, you know, updates to Wind Tower, such as, and like, items, I had to do all that. Because I kind of only can, because I had to do that in the actual SMToH place, not SMToH Team Create. Hold on. Check chat. I have not done that in a while. Okay. And also make sure I don't have the wrong OBS thing. It would be a disaster if I checked OBS and realized you've been staring at Ring 6 in studio for 10 minutes or 7.5 minutes. Anyways, what was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah. So like for scripters to like really help me out and get rings done faster would be to give them access to this main place, or the whole SMToH game, as a matter of fact, because you can't grant access to specific places. So, like, I'd have to, you know, it would be permission to delete the entire game, and totally real WinPad, yes. Obviously, I don't want to just be giving that permission to people like without careful thought, but like I guess that one's gonna be like harder. You can still get the scripter role to do like scripting for the lobby, like Letheria did for like the teleporter orbs. But probably you're gonna have to be like a very trusted member of the community to be able to access this place to do other sort of scripting. But even if you could, like, there's like so much to consider as you're scripting say ring 6 or the items, like the thing I made at 1 a.m. this morning. Like something I feel like someone who didn't script the 50 other scripts here wouldn't even think of. Like, for example, to know what, like, we as discussed in the devlog, there's like a table that tracks what items you've used on the current run, and that communicates with, or that uses existing, like, bindable events and bindable functions from, like, WinPad script and stuff. Okay, glad I didn't, you know, get the loaded towers bug. That's nice. Reset thing doesn't work. But yeah, like, I feel like if we had multiple scripters working on it, we'd get a bunch of, like, overly inefficient scripts and conflicting things. Like, you might script something similar to what I did, but not quite the same. Like, how do I say this? Like, to see if you're, like, okay, right now, there's a table with what items I've used, or it's an empty table right now. Doing this does nothing because I'm not in a tower, so I have to check what tower check if I'm in any tower. As it turned out, that required adding a new functionality to teleport script, one that checks if you're in any tower. There are several similar functions to that. They're bindable events telling other scripts that. There's script A tells another script asks teleport script, are you in insert tower name here? For example, when we check if you've hit all the when you hit a checkpoint script asks teleport script if you're in that tower. So like if you're technically in TOSL and for some reason you hit a checkpoint on Tower of Absolute Acceleration, it doesn't like count that. It doesn't add it to your list of checkpoints you've hit on the ongoing run. So there's that. There's also are you in a specific tower? There's are you in any tower, and and what tower are you on? They're all very similar questions, but not quite the same. So are you in any tower was a new one I had to add for the purpose of this, because it doesn't matter what tower you're in. And there's are you on this tower is not the same as are you on any tower. Point is, say I'd already made a is player in any tower, like, question functionality, but it was like buried at line 200 of teleport script. And like how would another scripter, know how to look for that? I guess they could ask me, but even I don't remember everything I've coded in sometimes. Like so it's like, would that even work to have multiple scripters? Like, I have not read the live stream chat in a long time. I'm sorry. Okay, what are people saying? The green pad doesn't work. The little air rider in TOBC goes farther than the music zone. Okay, I'll fix that. Why don't you use game.plays version? Can I make a couple of unlockable items? I already have some coded in. Okay, hold on. Let's start with the TOBC music zone bug. Ring 6. There we go. Okay. Said the, like, ride part? You mean this? Or, oh, this part, yeah. I just need to extend this music zone a little bit. And then for my own sanity, let's position this to have the proper world pivot. There we go. Okay. Anything new in this? Settings look like they save across sessions, but do not save. I know this because I reset inside a tower with reset on death after I rejoined, and it didn't reset me inside the tower. let's test that. Settings looks like they save across sessions, but do not save. So, wait, change display. Here we go. These aren't the default settings, like when you join the game for the first time ever. If I change quick reset delay and then reset, it still says 4, but if I rejoin, now hold on, I tried this before. Doesn't this work as a rejoin button, just clicking the area you're currently in? I thought I tried it and it like doesn't work. Or it like causes some weird things to happen. Where's settings? Here it is. Still seemed to work. Interesting. Maybe that's just a one-off thing? Maybe? Probably isn't. Revamp rings 1 through 4. That is going to happen, just not right now. Or anytime soon. Pretty sure there's like 2 total secrets for RNG inside ring select, but it works. Oh wait, there is ring select RNG? I didn't even realize that. You'd think I know the things in my own game, but I thought I like removed ring select RNG, intending for that to be a later update, but apparently not. But also, it seems ring select is working. I think it would be a good idea to go test that. So, let me take a moment. This is my first time entering SMToH through the updated ring select. Oh wait, also what became of that server shutdown? Is it still... didn't do anything. Wait, total... yeah, wait. I didn't notice it. Did anyone else notice that? Did anyone see that? I don't know. Huh, so it does say it. Okay, anyway. Here's what it looks like on the full view. Very nice. Let's check if it lets you teleport to everything. Ring 6. Now, there's not currently a way to return to the ring select except by rejoining the whole game. Like, you can't do it from quick teleport. And honestly, I think I would like to put return to lobby just within quick teleport, because it is a quick teleport, rather than making it another one of these buttons, because then it's going to make it asymmetrical, and then I have to think of something else to add, something I don't want to do. You can shut down, okay. Okay. Well, I'm probably not going to do a ton of shutdowns like I had to do for Ring 5, because there aren't, like, bugs that need imminent testing in a real server in quite the same way. Like... Again, this has gone much more smoothly than Ring 5's release stream. You know, because there's not game-breaking bugs that I can only really test in a server with many people. You know, so we luckily haven't had to do that. We've only had a few minor issues. Sign. So yeah. Before I test the other areas going into them from the ring select, let me vote on some towers. I did Tower of Relief already. If we go to... I have... Hold on. Where's HHB? There it is. I have the ability to vote on that. Okay. It's marked as high medium. If you ask me... it might be low hard, if maybe. Kind of think it's low hard, like just maybe because it's on the longer side. Like that's like as long as a full size tower in Ito, maybe longer. I don't know. It's definitely like 10 minutes long, but does that really contribute that much to difficulty? Not really. Let me take a look at it again. What type of gameplay was there? Just try to use my own memory too, but you know. 4 hours of sleep. Memory isn't working too well right now. Yeah, I'm going to say low hard. There you go. Okay. Cool. Let me leave the game again and rejoin to test the other entrance thingies. Though, if the enter button doesn't work for other areas, that's not a total disaster. It is, do fix it as soon as possible, but... you could always enter Ring 6 that I've now confirmed works, and then use Quick Teleport. But there's no reason this shouldn't work. Yeah, this is good. Quick Teleport, or wait, Return to Hub, actually. Check chat. Ring 6 when? Tomorrow. I'm going to keep being asking that. Ring 5 when was a joke too in this community. Also, here's TOTP. Or no, COLL, but I need to test this too. I'm so excited to like get back to work on this because I've been prioritizing Ring 6 for, well, 5 months. And this one does not have any menu or anything, so you're going to have to just rejoin. This is so great. Like, the start of this is just so awesome. But then, this looks cool inside the frame, but this 3 floors out of 15 currently takes you about 15 minutes to play, which means continuing at that pace, it's going to be longer than Tower of the Planets. Plus, there's several sections that are just straight up annoying and tedious to do. Looking at you, pushbox section on floor 3. So, I'm going to restart it completely. I'll probably reuse a lot of stuff, but more importantly, I'm going to build it in Ring 6, or V6. It's part of Ring 4, with the new tower tower kit version. Holy, I can't speak. This says place version 31, but it's actually place version 32. Yay. So we've now confirmed the ring select does work. Let me check trying to join the Obby Creator only rings. Someone suggested I could put like the Obby Creator launch links. Currently, if you click the button, it just does nothing. Well, it does do something. If you watch the output, if I recall, maybe why it would. Interesting. Maybe I fixed it in a past life and forgot about it. But hold on, let's go back to Ring 6. Okay, I completely forgot what I was saying. No idea. All right, okay. So it was... What happened if you clicked those buttons was it would search for like a... I forget what it was. Some object in the Explorer, like a remote event or something maybe. And it would not find it, and then it would throw a infinite yield possible because it was a wait for child. And then just not do anything. So, like... Because that's going to be fixed by default once those areas are released, like, I don't know if I should really spend the time to code, like, a if-then statement to prevent an error from being thrown. Now, well, it wasn't even an error, it's a warning, though it does stop everything from running. But for infinite yield, that is. But it was in an event call, so, like, what was it? It was when you click it, so, like, mouse button, one click, connect function, that, so that code runs every time you click the enter button. So it's not like if you click to try to enter a ring you can't enter, then you can't enter any ring until you rejoin. It only stops that code from running until you click another button to start that event call again. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Roro, do you allow Tower Creator? Like Tower's built-in or Tower Creator. If you can get them like exported to like just a studio tower and then you can submit it, then yes, I would accept those. Do keep in mind, I think the devs charge you like 100 Robux for them to do that. Speaking of Robux, let's check sales. Monetization overview. Let's see. Wow, okay. I didn't expect this. 1,348 Robux have been earned just today. Can I see like how many sales are on specific items? I'd expected it to be more like 100 from like 3 people buying the cheap ones, Pet Rock, Apos, and Uranium Stick. I can see analytics. I know you guys can't see this. I'd rather not leak various things. Top selling item is Apos for 8 Robux. Top grossing item is Roro plushie. Or Apos cost you 40 Robux. Or whatever it was, something like that. 8 of those got sold. The top grossing item, i.e. the one that made me the most money, was Roro plushie healing item, which made me 836 Robux. That implies, since it costs 300, but there's a 70% discount. So I guess 3 people bought it, in other words. No data for selected period when I see, I guess, the line graph. Might be like YouTube Studio that processes data, or maybe there's just not enough yet. Bug found. I got teleported to lobby with reset on death after dying twice. Yeah, okay. Reset on death and the quick reset by holding R. Those are, and low detail mode. Those are just recurring like streams of recurring fountains of bugs. Although low detail mode has been on good behavior. It just took like 10 place versions to finally get that one working. But yeah, the issue, I suspected, although I have new suspicions now, the bug where it thinks you're in one tower when in reality you're in a different tower or not in a tower at all, and then the wind pads don't work. Also, GG. TOSSB. I suspected that was some weird, super specific combination of quick resetting on death, like all in quick succession when you die in a tower, that caused you to like get reset when you're not supposed to be. That was a bug at one point, but then, again, through like 10 place versions, I eventually fixed it. So my new suspicion is that it's just server lag that sometimes happens, particularly in servers with lots of people entering and leaving towers all at once. I'll investigate that, but it's not an easy thing to test because unless I get like I guess if I do a stream, like, because normally there are like 3 or fewer people in a server when I'm not streaming or haven't just released the area. So that causes, like, it's not easy to test that. But if I do a stream, I can test in a stream and that should be okay. We might not get this many people, but we could get like 10 to 15, which is enough to see if that bug is happening. That is, once I make a change that possibly fixes it. Which my proposed idea was check on the clients when you enter a tower and then do a remote event to tell the server rather than the server checking when every player enters every tower. But would that still just have the same issue? Because like if you have a bunch of remote event being fired a ton of times quickly, it could cause lag. But maybe it's like better in some way. But like, if it truly was like 5 people had to enter different towers all at the same time, nobody would experience this. Like, it would be very rare for anyone to experience that. So I really don't know. Check the blue app. I get what you're saying. All right. Right now, you can directly teleport to a friend with the join friend option. This can be easily abused if there's a tower point requirement in an area, since this just bypasses the ring select. Okay. Is there a way to disable that? I don't know, but SMToH is not going to have tower point requirements for any areas. It will, well, for rings it won't. Well, wait. Tower point, there will be requirements, but no tower point requirements for like sub-realms and soul crushings that are in different areas and stuff. For the area orbs, as I discussed in the devlog. Those will need to be unlocked eventually. For example, by finding it in its, like, the area it stems from. So I guess I will need to figure this out at some point, but not right now. Why are there no tower points in SMToH? Because, well, at the end of the day, it is a fan game, and I feel like most people who play it probably would not, like, maybe this isn't so true, but, like, for me, when I do an Ito fan game, play it in a video, such as Baseplate Project, I usually only play the first ring, and then if the video does well, and I might make a part 2, and I might go to the second ring. So the point is, like, I feel like the general audience of this game would play the first ring they have access to, and then probably not the rest, especially if they have to beat several towers in the first ring. Dogs. So, like, I feel like if I make it so that you have to have tower points, then we're going to have, like, ring 7 and 8. Like, hardly anyone's going to play those. Except for, like, the most loyal of Roro viewers, who are people like this person and this person, who have submitted a lot of towers. Like people in the Discord, probably the most active among them. This is also a thing worth remembering for like requested towers. People asking me that in the Discord server a lot. Like the people in the Discord are like the most loyal of Roro viewers, and I get that you guys like requested towers, but the thing that that determines how well the requested towers video is not so much how much the most loyal viewers are, because that's just a small percentage, you know. Like, yes, you can watch it, and yes, you can like it and comment and stuff. That would improve its performance in the algorithm, but above all, it's just, like, not gonna... It's gonna do better to... Like, you'll get a better performing video by doing what the algorithm likes, rather than what your most loyal viewers like. However, those are often the same thing, but in the instance of requested towers, not so much. For example, the most dedicated, loyal Roro viewers were really looking forward to the Ring 6 devlog video, and I haven't checked how it's doing, but I can go do that now. But during the premiere, it's doing excellent, like 80 concurrent viewers. It was insane. Currently, it's at 658 views, which is slightly above average, and it's 3 of 10. Meaning, of the previous 10 videos I've posted, this has gotten the third highest amount of views in the first hour and 56 minutes. I'll say that again. In the 10 most recent videos I've posted, the Ring 6 devlog has gotten the third highest number of views in the first 1 hour and 56 minutes. Not quite as good as the Ring 5 devlog, but still good. I'm still happy with that. So in that instance, those are the same. What, say, the loyal Discord audience is wanting, and what the YouTube algorithm audience, the general audience, is wanting. That's not to say, however, that I'm prioritizing the algorithm over what I or the community wants me to make. As, like I said, usually those are the same type of thing. But in requested towers, not so much, because those usually are 8 of 10 or worse, with like at least 200 views below average. So like, and also it's, as I've said, just so repetitive to do requested towers. Like, I know you guys want me to do those, but I just get sick of it after doing over 20 of them. Same thing with requested obbies. They once did well. They did for the first, like, 15 or so episodes, but not so much anymore. How did I... TON is bugged, alright? There you are. How so? Are you failing to enter it? We might be experiencing the loaded towers thing again. Print all entries and loaded towers info. No, it's part of the tower. Okay. I do want to say that entering a tower takes a long time, though. That's interesting. Let me go investigate. After I do something that I should have done an hour ago, which is publishing place version 2 for Ring 6. What I'm also going to do is change the place version text on Tower of the Planets and Ring 5. Wait, hold on. So which, okay, place version 33 of Ring 5 is the revamp. Publish that. Okay, so technically that's a new place version, but it's not actually. Just trust it. It works. Okay. So in some servers, you'll see place version 32 for, not for Ring 6, but for Tower of the Planets, you'll see place version 31 when it's actually place version 32, or you might see place version 32 when it is indeed place version 32. Same thing for Ring 5, but add 1 to the place version. Oh yeah, someone also asked, TOIM insta-kills you when you enter. That's not good. Oh, and yeah, also for the Tower Rush, it's currently broken with some lighting issues. But if you choose to try it, in Ring 5 you should be good. But in Ring 6, there's all kinds of things that could go wrong. So proceed at your own risk, though I do kind of need people doing legit runs to sort of identify them. Well, that's a problem. Let's investigate. Change this to Ring 6. There we go. Alright, why would it be doing that? You spawn here. Is it like an insta-kill under the floor or something? That is very odd. There's no insta-kill anywhere in here. There's no client object around here. What is this? This is just a spawn location. Why would it do that? Let me do a bit more testing. Roro, look, please. Okay. Yellow. What is the problem? Probably the X pusher. Is there an X pusher? Probably something like bleh. Come here. Okay. Give me a second. Let me enter TOPM. So the client objects load and then go workspace.sharknoob2001.humanoidRootPart.position equals, what was your username? Pixel Baller. Well, that's your display name. I need your username for this, which is equals workspace dot that username. Dot position. What do you mean? Attempt to index nil. Did I not type it in, mate? Oh, that's why. Workspace. There we go. Uh-oh. Help! No. I was there for a second. Did you die? No, wait, there you are. Okay, so what is the issue? Hold on, let me teleport. There's an issue here, apparently. These platforms do not reset. Ooh. You're soft locked. Wait, what are they supposed to do? Whoa. Okay. They can spin to an impossible position. I unfortunately don't think there's anything I can do with the dev console. I could teleport you past this, but do you mind having questionable legitimacy to your run? The platform is too far away. Yeah. I can teleport you if you don't mind your run having questionable legitimacy. Is that how you spell legitimacy? Okay. So that means do this, but just change the usernames. There you go. Try not to fall below that. Oh. Can you stand still in the spawn point? I want to take a screenshot. Sure. I will need to fix that soft lock immediately. I will do that shortly. Okay, let's get the screenshot first. I'm stupid. Why do I always forget to change Roblox player, or change back to this view. Sorry, I'll show it in a second what the soft lock was. Why not add something else here as well? Where? Oh yeah, how'd you even get up there? I think you just climbed up. I don't know. Okay. I'm in screenshot position, so you guys can come get that as I try to fix this. Right, we were doing this weird Tower of Insta-Kill Massacre thing. Why would it just randomly insta-kill you? That's so weird. There's seemingly no explanation. The only thing I could think of is maybe for some reason, when you teleport, like, does an insta-kill fall between those 2 points? I mean, it uses pivot to. Is that just like a really fast tween? Shush. Like, if I drew a straight line from the portal to the spawn point, do you go like straight through that or something? That is so weird. But also, we're gonna go fix this catastrophic problem. Oh, here we go. So you get to this point like this. If I just add... I don't like to do this. I don't like to, like, edit towers that I didn't build, but if I do it very... not a lot. Like, try to do it as minimalistically as possible while still, you know, not using basic color parts that stand out, that look wrong, you know? Okay, so now if I... You know what? Hold on. Let me get a screenshot. We'll fix this in a moment. Here we go. Yay! Hold on, I can get the wide angle shot to get everyone in. Like this, using Shift P. Whoa. Oh wait, there are more people showing up. Now, I didn't forget to change the display again, did I? No. Okay. Print screen. I need to do /E dance too. TOO, but I'm doing /E dance TWO. I have several pings. They might... Oh. Okay, we've got a little situation in Ring 5. Nothing catastrophic again, thankfully. Ring select bugged on mobile. Can't play the game now. You just have to click on the very edge, but it's very annoying. Okay. That is definitely worth fixing immediately. Okay. You guys can't see that, I know. Okay. Get one more screenshot for good measure. I'll stay here, but let's start with the TOPM bug. Ring 6. Here we go. Okay, so the issue is that these things, there's no way to reset them, so sometimes they'll spin to a position to which you can't, like, recover them or, like, do the jump anymore. And that's never a fun experience. So, somewhere around here, there is a reset or, like, a pushbox spawn button I can copy from. Where is it? It's, like... It's on that part with the, like, realign the big hanging part. Here it is. No, wait, that's not a reset button, though. Okay, I can just copy it from another thing. If I search for a pushbox spawn button in any tower, preferably one that's somewhat, you know, normal, not hugely modified. If I just go Control X to cut, and then select TOPM client-sided objects, paste into, don't worry about original location, because there ain't nothing original about this location. Get the pushbox, delete it, take the spawn button, go up here, to where that spot was, which was here. Center it. Yeah, who made this train a train? You may want to fix this as well in the tower's own place, so that if you ever update it, then I don't have to redo this as well, because I'll probably forget, and then we're gonna just have this problem again. Right, and then take this color. Actually, it doesn't have to be, but I can do that. Then take this and this. Did I just move that? No. I can go take these two parts, remove their client object, go Control G to group them into a model called pushbox, put that model inside this button, not in the button part itself, but right there, and then select the parts on top at a bool value called box anchor, so that even though they're technically part of a push box, they remain anchored. And then add text that says reset, although I'd like it to be in the same font as elsewhere on the tower, such as here. Is that a different part? Yeah. Just take the surface GUI, go back up to the button, go paste into, find the proper side, which is probably right or left. Yeah. And we do want the UI gradient, and we want the text to just say reset. Then it's kind of cutting off a little bit, or like going off the edge of the thingy. So if I go size, make it 0.90, 0.90, and then center it by going position 0, 0.05. No, wait, 0.0, scale offset. Yeah, 0.05, 0, 0.050. Now it's centered. And now, rotate. And now I can do a quick test. No, we can't because I don't have no clip and I don't feel like adding it. But I have an alternative plan. Just wait for it. There are so many prints in the output that just don't need to be there. Uh-oh, hold on. We're probably gonna... don't play that. Okay, I just got kicked from the... Hold on. I got kicked from the actual game, because having two instances running of the game is going to cause some server data saving issues, but thankfully profile service, the big module by Lollerus why is this sound? There you go. For data saving, that prevents this issue by kicking you if you have double instances running. However, that's only going to really happen if you are in the game and then say enter it in Roblox Studio. So you guys don't have to worry about that, except in the instance of Roblox issue. I think a couple of you have gotten that kick before. It says data issue, if the issue persists, contact me. Okay, by doing that, I can test this. What the heck? Okay, just don't click any. Why is it doing that? I don't like that. Let me up. Okay, I hit the win pad and it kicked me. That's so what I wanted to happen. I also have not checked stream chat in a while. I apologize. Just put an invisible resetter at the jump before the swing platforms. No need to add a new platform. That way the tower visuals themselves don't change. Well, if I did that, I mean, I guess if you mean right here as you do this jump, maybe. But if I put it, say, here, then what if you try to... It would reset as you jump to it. That would be an annoying way to fail. But... I guess I'll keep that in mind for future use, but I already built this, and I don't feel like changing it. Although it actually wouldn't be that hard. If Train to Train wants me to, then I can make it invisible. Roro Discord. Oh boy. TOET is shifted from the right by 1 stud. Oopsie. Okay. Keep them coming. I appreciate all these bug reports. This is honestly the best way to bug test, is simply release it and then see what goes wrong. But not actually. That's not totally true. Though I wonder if a public testing phase would be a thing worth trying. I hit the win pad again, really? Really? It'll reset how it's supposed to be. It would reset to itself. Or the way you walk up to it, it'll reset automatically. Yeah. Let's try to do it right this time. And by the way, at this point, it has taken me so long to get this simple move my character up correct that I would have been better off just getting no clip. But see, that's annoying to do that because then I have to like go to the testing dump place where I just like have a copy of it stored so I can copy paste it for this exact situation. Okay, so is there like some invisible teleporter or am I doing something wrong? No, there we go. Okay. So if those start moving, you can reset it. Let's get both of them moving to be sure. Indeed, they both reset. Cool. We're good. Okay. Next issue was, right, the TOIM, Tower of Insta-Kill Massacre. Insta-Kill massacring you for no reason. We'll test my theory that, also, by the way, these things are fake insta-kills, so don't think that has anything to do with it. If my theory that traveling through, or like, if the line between where you got teleported to the line where you got teleported from, has a insta-kill on it, if that's what kills you, let's first test that. Let me delete a bunch of these insta-kills just temporarily, so that, there, that should clear the path of all insta-kills, except maybe, well, it wouldn't be that one because you spawn there. Let's try it. That's a weird guess. Like, I don't know why it would do that, but, well, we can try. Like, why would pivot to move you really fast instead of just, like, actually teleport you? The other way to teleport is by changing your humanoid root part position. For some reason, that was actually the reason. Okay. So apparently pivot to will, I guess, fire touched event for anything on the path between the point and there. Now, I deleted a bunch of things, but which one was it? It was either this one or this one. Let's just try both. You know, so that I can know specifically which insta-kill it is to possibly, like, change something about it. That, or the alternative is to do an alternate way of teleporting you, which is change your humanoid root part's position. The problem with that, and the reason I use pivot to instead, hold on, that worked fine. I guess it is that insta-kill. Now, just one more time to be sure, the more tests, the more certain I can be that this is actually what's going on. The reason change humanoid root part's position to teleport you isn't as good is because it like causes this weird bug where when you reset, it'll just like teleport you to some random place far away. I mean, not that far away, but you know, not in the floating point zone, but now hold on, this does, it's coming, yes, okay. Not in like the floating point zone, but like, I noticed this when dealing with Ring 5, it was really weird. It would be like, if you used humanoid root part to teleport to here, and then you reset, you'd like get teleported and then die like over here. Hard to see where I'm motioning. Like in this area, just randomly over the void. Or not, but you were dead anyway. So what's going on with that? There are potentially other implications for this weird bug. Though I don't think it's a really specific edge case of there's something that fires the touched event between the teleport start and end. So, I guess I haven't, like, I can't think, the only unexplained bug is still the one where you enter a tower and it doesn't think you entered a tower. Let's just call that the loaded towers info bug, because that's the name of the table that's supposed to have that. But that wouldn't be caused by this, would it? Probably not. I highly doubt it. If something weird were to happen, like you hit the wind pad of another tower on the way there, but even that doesn't make any sense, because how would that be happening so often? Because that's such a unlikely thing for that to happen just by chance. Because like a wind pad is very small. Like that one's a large wind pad, or sort of. How big is it? Yeah, that's a very large wind pad. Usually like 5x5 or smaller. So to have like that doesn't make any sense, and it wouldn't even. You don't spawn on the wind pad of a tower or go through it usually, of your own tower or on a different tower. If it's a different, for various reasons that would take way too many words to explain, that makes no sense. But okay. So if I were to remove this insta-kill or replace it with something, I don't want to do that. But if I just remove this big wedge chunk thing, that would solve the issue. And yeah, I don't want to do humanoid root part also, because then I have to go and modify a bunch of things in WinPad or teleport script actually to say if it's TOIM you're entering, then do humanoid root part. That's just a huge pain. So I think I'm just going to decrease the angle on this to actually I have a better idea. Let's not do trial and error. Let's do add a beam. Beam, attachment. This should draw a line, I think. How do you do attachments? Or how do you do beams? I forget. Attachment 0, attachment 1. Yeah, there we go. Now just take this attachment, this draw, and then go place it over by the portal. Yeah, we're doing, it's big brain time. Big brain play. Okay, now we have the exact line that pivot 2 is following for some reason. Huh? That's, oh wait, that's the wrong tower. Hold on. That explains it. Or probably. No, it's still sending you through this insta-kill. Maybe if I just make this a fake insta-kill. Because if you hit it here, you're going to hit this insta-kill, the horizontal one. If you hit it along the sides, you're falling into the void anyway. Let's try some things. Ito Christmas event in 2 hours. This is such a bussy day. What about changing the route you take when teleporting? For having the teleporter warp you upwards into another teleporter that wraps you around the tower to the start. Yeah, but that would involve like doing 2 pivot 2s, and you'd see like a random blink of an eye where you're in another position. And again, same thing of modifying WinPad script of if it's TOIM you're entering, then do a different teleportation sequence. And I'd like to avoid that if possible. Okay, now it just works perfectly fine. Huh? Is it something else you might be hitting? Maybe I'm getting false positives with these tests here. Like something in TOCC. But there's nothing there. Except like a music zone. Just keep trying, I guess. See what I can conclude. It only insta-kills you sometimes. I guess the reason I've never noticed or had any issues related to pivot 2 apparently drawing a line is that insta-kills are kind of the only thing that would be a problem. Well, not even really. Like, only in this tower where you have a big, like, touched detector, such as the large insta-kills in the pit on that tower. Only in that situation is that going to happen. You know what? It might be something like it loads the client objects after you... Or I'll bet what's going on is you get insta-killed if it loads the client objects before your character draws through this line. If I delete... That doesn't mean the other thing isn't going to work, of making that a fake insta-kill. We can test it by deleting that and then entering the tower a bunch of times. I should be able to reasonably conclude if I don't die on several trials. Or if I don't die on any trial. If I die on a trial, then obviously something still needs to be changed. But if I can do several trials without anything weird going on, then we'll be good. But I'm also going to want to consider the tower rush when you reach this in the tower rush. Which is going to be a similar thing of drawing a line with a beam. But not from not from the TOIM portal and not from the wind pad of the tower before it in the tower rush, but actually from the spawn right there. Because when you reach the next tower in the tower rush for the blink of a second, you can see yourself spawn in the lobby, and then it teleports you. As that was just easier to code it that way, I guess. And I think Ito does that too, because it respawns your character. Something, I don't remember exactly, but something like that. Whoops. Wait, no, what? It still killed me. I said whoops because I thought I hit the fake, or I hit this, but these don't insta-kill you. So that shouldn't... But there's no other insta-kills along here. So what is going on? Put theories in the chat. It's one near the spawn. There's this one, but you wouldn't be hitting that. Let me keep testing. The beam is clipping through too. Can you extend the pillars in TOAA? There is one. Okay. Is there another insta-kill that I'm missing? I'll do one more test and then look. Okay. Let's see. Right there. Where are we looking? Like at the portal or like around here? Hold on. Let me bring back this insta-kill for the moment. It's right at the edge of the pit. I didn't see that because of the lighting. Wait. What? There isn't anything here. Like, this isn't an insta-kill wall. It's only, like, half the beam inside. You know what? Give me a second. I need to make things a lot brighter here. Yeah, I feel like I might need to change the lighting as well. Like, not as dramatically as I'm about to here, but changing brightness to, like, 4. So you can see... No, not even brightness. Like you can't even tell what's going on here. There, okay, just blast everything with light for the moment. In the lighting, I swore that was an insta-kill. Does look like it, but I guess not. So, it could be you're hitting maybe this insta-kill, or that the imaginary teleportation, or sliding along this line that's happening, is hitting one of these, or it could be something entirely different, and I'm crazy in thinking this is insta-kill. Maybe let me check and then confirm that all the insta-kills over here are in fact not insta-kill. Like, all these are fake insta-kills, right? If I search insta-kills, we shouldn't see the lobby full. Oh, these are in some secret areas, though. Yeah, none of those are these. Okay. Any other theories as to what could be going wrong? What's interesting is that you die at the portal. Oh yeah, I guess that is true. Like, you can see for a second that your character dies over at the portal. So, like, it's not like you die here, it's you die over there and then get teleported. Okay, that's an interesting observation. Let's experiment with that a bit. The lighting, or the brightness was 1 to begin with. Okay. If we go back over here. There's nothing odd that's going on. Like, why would it insta-kill you? I guess you're already dead once you're at the tower. Exactly. Let me look up what pivot to actually does. Google. On this dev forum page, someone asking what's the best way to teleport, because there are like many options, but humanoid move to causes. Or wait, no. The best option is probably pivot to, because it's similar to set primary part C frame, just relative to the pivot. Probably isn't the only difference. Read more on it here. Okay, let's look at the dev or documentation page. Pivot to transforms the PV instance along with all of its descendant PV instances such that the pivot is now located at the specific C frame. Transforms, I think, is the key frame or keyword. Well, wait. What a transformation of a function is like scaling it or moving it. A translation is specifically sliding it. So if you're sliding the whole character model, that is a transformation. A translation is a transformation, but not all transformations are translations. Base parts are moved in this way by having their C-frame transformed by the necessary offset. Models are moved in this way by having their model.world pivot transformed to the necessary offset. Note for efficiency purposes, object.changed events are not fired for position or orientation of base parts moved in this way. They are only fired for C-frame. When calling pivot to on models, the offset of the descendants parts and models are cached such that subsequent calls to pivot to on the same model do not accumulate floating point drift between the parts making up the model. No idea what that means. Models and base parts are both PV instances, position velocity instances. So they both have this function. That's not really answering my question clearly. Like, does it slide your character to that position, or do you just get teleported? I mean, that could just be nonsense that it would ever teleport you. I don't know, or slide you. I mean, is there a way to make the player invincible when they're near the portal? Maybe you can make the player just unkillable when teleporting. Maybe. Hi to Epic Noob King. How are you? Might just have to look into this a bit more later. I guess I will. Let's move on to the next issue. Okay. There's nothing I changed here after that, so I can just keep this beam here. Don't need to remove it for the next place version. Let me go ahead and save though. Then I'm gonna close that and open up ring 5. Or I already have ring 5 actually. Okay. So Brian reported a simple issue of this not being quite lined up. Let me check for other issues we're having. Okay. Oh yeah, if you're gonna make a bug report, if you wouldn't mind ping me in it. Yeah, I've missed a bunch of these. New builders don't have roles. Okay. We'll do that in a moment. WinPad not changing colors for TOAT. Okay, I'm just going to send a random message in these threads so that they appear underneath bug reports in the Discord. A part of TOAT revamp in the game is not supposed to do... Oh, yeah, I fixed it already. Okay. To make my life easier, I'm going to... What's supposed to be closing and locking a post? Let me look it up. Close versus lock post Discord. Close equals move to inactive. Any activity will... Okay, yeah, if I... Let me unlock it. I'm going to close it. So it's like just... Could also delete it. I won't do that though. Okay. What are you guys saying? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm closing posts once I solve the bug, just to keep things a bit more organized. The new version of TORM is not in-game. Okay. Those kill breaks aren't supposed to be deleted. Okay. Ring select bug on mobile. That makes it hard to use. The selection of the tower vote is supposed to be on the screen, not on the ground. I didn't know that. Okay. TOWB outside. Reset swinging platforms is impossible. Ooh. Okay, that's a fix immediately. Just reading through these first. Well, give me a moment. Tower of Noobtastic is impossible. The final floor is raised too low that you can hit the teleporter of that floor and get insta-killed, because I think the final floor is an insta-kill once the timer ends. Okay. That's another fix immediately. TOBC3 bugs. Both music zones play the same music. When the client objects load, there is a brief moment of bounce pads falling. This is because there's a client object value and they must be removed. This That person might be the builder of TOBC3. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Z fighting found in Ring 5. WinPad not changing colors. We saw that already. One of the... Yeah, okay. Let me remember not to ignore stream chat. Sorry. Closing deletes it, just lock them. Well, it doesn't delete it, it like archives it. There's somewhere... Is it gone forever? I mean, I think there's a way to revive it. We'll figure that out. Add tags to the bug reports, like solved for admins or specific categories. I didn't know that was a thing. But I don't really feel like figuring that out right now. Okay, so we're actually going to have to go do another place version for Ring 6. But for Ring 5, as you can see here, there's 3 studs here, 2 studs here. Okay. It's not quite as simple as just moving the whole tower folder, because we also need to get like checkpoints and stuff, which I'd rather not leak where those are. So hold on. We need the towers folder, its music zone, WinPads, checkpoints, difficulty voting part, and Among Us part if it has one. Don't feel like explaining what all those mean. So at the moment we need to select tower folder, music zones, WinPad, those 3. So we need Tower of Epic top heads, we need TOET, its checkpoints. I'll select those just carefully so you don't see them. We don't need that. We don't need its island. We need it. We need its music zones. And we need its WinPad. There it is. Okay. Without leaking where the things are. So that's 3. That's 2. No, that's 1. So we just need to move it over 1 stud. Now it's centered. Cool. Close all of that. Hierarchy collapse all. Hierarchy collapse all. Hierarchy collapse all. Hierarchy collapse all. Okay. That fixes that. Now I will go for the moment, you know what? I'm just going to say fixed in the thread. Okay. Well, that's going to be in V34. Oh, and the place version. So at the moment, if you join Ring 5, if that doesn't... Hold on. If it says 32 or 33, then you're not going to see this fixed. Okay. And then I'm going to close the post. Or I'll just unfollow it for the moment. Okay, Z finding found in Ring 5. Around the beginner towers area. Right here. Okay. Can I move this port easily? Yes. Alright. Fixed V34 plus. And unfollow this post. Anything else in Ring 5? Yes, those kill bricks aren't supposed to be deleted. Something weird going on over here. TODC's kill brick in the lobby client-sided objects. I see what's going on. Okay. This is Tower of Desaturated Colors. Let me read chat. Roaster dudes, don't waste a bunch of your effort if you have to. Can you just move the bottom section over instead? Don't waste a bunch of... don't play that. Turn that down. Okay. Don't waste a bunch of effort if you don't have to. Well, it's too late now, but... It's not that hard to move a tower because I wrote down what I'm supposed to do. You know, all the extra things to select. Although, yes, you were right, just moving that would have been easier. Anyways, if I now go to, what, TODC? Where's that one? The problem is that the kill bricks over there, they are lobby client-sided objects, which get deloaded when you enter the tower to make room for the tower's client-sided objects. Although, technically, they could both be loaded at the same time, but because lobby client objects are generally, well, in the lobby, it's better for performance to not have those loaded. But these are technically in the lobby, and we don't want that, so we got a couple options. If I just make them fake insta-kills and just, or fake kill breaks so that they don't do anything, probably no one would even notice. Because the only difference would be you would not take damage. But like you don't even, like you'd have to specifically walk over there to notice it. I could also like make them be real kill bricks as part, or wait, I could move those client objects to be inside this tower, but then you'd see this from the lobby. You'd see this weird hole in the rock. So then I could do fake kill bricks like slightly below to avoid Z fighting. Or maybe that's not even necessary. I don't think it is, actually. I could do fake kill bricks and then actual kill bricks. I can make them invisible. Yes, okay. Now I know what we're doing. Okay. Okay, so we need all these things called TODC's kill brick. They're all in a folder already. That's very convenient. So this is what you see because these get deloaded. These are all actually kill bricks. Let me just rename them all kill brick and then go parent them to the proper folder. So that's going to be Tower of Desaturated Colors, client-sided objects, kill bricks. There. Now these are all actually kill bricks, but if I duplicate the ones I have selected, or rather, let's go Control C, and then go back to Lobby, Main Tower, find that folder. Where are there two of these? No, there's just that one. Okay. Find that, and then I go, we can get rid of that, go paste into an original location. Wait, I did all this wrong. Hold on. Back up. Back up to where all these are. Kill bricks in this folder. What we're going to do is make them invisible and remove the particle emitters from every one of them. What's going to get annoying? Well, wait. Do particle emitters particle emit if they're, like, not in view or far away? I would assume so. That seems like something Roblox would just do, because particles are always highly taxing on performance, so any ways to cut corners like that to render few of them is always good. So, what I can actually do, let's do this. The ones that are in the tower, we're going to make those invisible, but they are real kill bricks. We'll make them, yeah, well, let's make them can't collect false. They're invisible and they have the particles, but now let me go Control C on all of them, and then go find this and go go paste into at original location. Now we're going to make these all be visible again, and then I'd have to remove the particle emitters from all these, but make them can't collect true, and let's call them fake kill bricks, because they are in fact fake. Will you take damage from the can't collect false ones if they're inside these ones? Hopefully. Now again, this doesn't include every kill brick. Wait, yes, there is some overlap. Great. Okay, back up. Okay, we're back to where we started. Let's fix some overlap first. Let me move these over to 100 studs. Maybe 200, yeah, 200. And then see where we have overlap. I.e. there's a kill brick in 2 spots. Okay, so we need to remove... Which one am I prioritizing? These ones are just going to be added to the kill bricks, so if I can just delete these from wherever we've got dupes. Hold on, things are getting a bit chaotic here. Hierarchy, collapse all. I want just these folders open. Okay. Now go find TODC's kill brick folder again. That way I can select all those at once. You know what? Let me temporarily make it a model so that's easier. Oh, wait, but then I can't as clearly see. Hierarchy, select children. Can't clearly see as well where we've got dupes. Okay, so all these are dupes. If I just do like 3 little chunks at a time, we should be good. Okay, what if I do TODC's kill brick? What if I search for them like that? That should make... These are the only ones I have to select from the Explorer. Delete, delete, delete. These are dupes. Are these just all the kill bricks? That might actually be... I think that's what this is. Okay, hold on. Don't delete the wrong thing. Does it include the ones in the tower? Well, let's find out. Yes. Okay, so delete, 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 delete. Okay. What about these? These are also in the folder. Okay. Read chat. Hold on. No particle emitters do not render out of view. Okay. Cool. I gotta get ready for my flight. Good luck with bug fixing. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. You might already be gone now. Okay. Okay. So we've got all the kill bricks here. I guess it does not include the ones in the tower beyond floor 1. It does not. Okay. However, these are just fake kill bricks. They don't do it. Well, they do something, but only when they're loaded, which is only when you're in the lobby. So, what if I just take this kill brick folder? Hold on. Name these kill brick. Just kidding. No. Go Control C. find the other folder, the Killbricks folder in TOBC or TODC. Go paste into at original location. Name these ones Killbrick. And leave them like that. It does cause Z fighting, which is a problem, but consider this. If I take this folder and go expand all, and then delete everything called kills, but it selects those two, dang it. How long would it take to manually click them with control? That would take a while. Okay. Work smarter, not harder. Let's go. Let's use it with this thing. Workspace dot JTOKit v5 dot lobby client sided objects dot killbricks dot TODC killbricks folder. Wait, for underscore v in blah, 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 get children, meaning, let me go hierarchy collapse all. For everything in this folder, we're going to go do v dot particle emitter. Would I really just spell particle like that? Particle emitter. No, not particle emitter. Kills. We do want the... Well, you know what? This isn't even worth doing. Hold on. Hierarchy expand all in this folder. We're going to delete all this, because you're not even going to see the particle emitters from that far away anyway. And it would just lag out the game for kind of no reason. Even if you could see them, you'd barely be able to. And we don't want them to actually kill you either, because there's no reason for that. Did I just delete the whole folder? No. Okay. Now, these aren't technically client objects now. Well, they are. They are still. But they're not really going to load because they don't have a client object thing. They don't need what... Okay. Hold on. Go Control X on this entire folder. Go lobby, main lobby, islands, go find TODC, TOBC1 island, go paste into at original location. Now, I do always find it a little weird when we have folders inside models. This is just preference. This doesn't matter at all. But I do believe it makes more sense for this to be a model. So if I move those to be inside a model and call these TODC fake killbricks, and then let's go select children again. Hierarchy select children. Let's name them TODC fake killbrick. Okay. But they're going to remain loaded. They're going to remain loaded while you're in the lobby. Or when you're not in the lobby, because, It's okay, I have a plan. So these remain loaded all the time. The fake killbricks. The actual ones. Things are getting chaotic again. Hold on. Hierarchy collapse all. TODC, client-side objects, killbricks. These ones that are now all just in the same folder as the ones in the tower. That's going to make this slightly more annoying. But not too bad because there aren't many other killbricks. So select children, delete or unselect this, and then... Wait, what? What about the other ones? Is this a different folder, maybe? Okay, I won't question it. Anyway, these should be transparency 1. I guess they can be can collide true. Actually, I do want them to be can collide true. The real killbricks are invisible but can collide true. The fake killbricks are visible but can collide false and with no particle emitter. What this should mean is that while in the lobby, all you see is the granite parts with no particle emitter to save lag, and they don't damage you either. Not that you'd be able to get over here anyway. When you enter the tower, the invisible killbricks load. That way you'll get damaged and you'll see the particles, but what you're seeing, or the granite texture stuff, that's still from the lobby folder, not the lobby client objects folder, because if it were there, you wouldn't be able to see it. That's, in theory, what should happen. Let things load. Sign is not a valid member. Bleh. Okay, that's gonna need fixing. Okay, I don't have no clip, but I have Shift P. As you can see, we have the stuff over here. That looks good. And then when I go to enter TODC, which I gotta walk over there. We still have the kill bricks. Yes, they damage you. Let me use my healing item. This is the greatest temporary item ever, surely. Motorcycle Roro. Okay, but yeah, as you can see, we do take damage from the kill bricks, and I should still see the ones up there. Wait, is that... I think the reason I didn't select that is because that's in a different folder. Because it's a spinning kill brick, which are in different folders for some reason. I don't really know why, but they are by default in the kit. I think you can change it if you want, but there's no reason to. Anyway, as you can see, all is well with this. And even these ones damage you too. Okay, that means in V34 Plus, this bug is fixed. Okay. Cool. Next up, we got, hold on, unfollow this as well. Any more in Ring 5? There was a new version of TORM that's supposed to be added. Yeah, see, when you put on your to-do list, add a new version of TORM, and then you don't do that for 3 months, it's easy to forget what you've actually done and what you haven't. Okay. I'm going to do that later because it involves checkpoints that I don't want to leak where they are. But that bug is noted. Well, it's not really a bug, as you said. Oh yeah, there's also the suggestions channel. I'll look at that in a bit later. But I think Ring 5 is ready to be published, the new version. Although not until you get into a new server you're going to see it. Someone asked me, why don't I use just game.place version? It's because the place version changes every time you go save to Roblox with Control S, which means the place version for, say, Tower of the Planets, technically the place version is like 6,000, and that just seems weird. Like, I'd rather it count up numerically and just manually do it. Because, like, you know, it's like, it would mean when I actually publish it, we're going to have place version like 6,200, and then the next actual update with anything changed is going to be place version 6,400. So it's like, it's just counting up for no reason, and also it's like not as clear, like, you know. And also maybe it's better to have small numbers, like less than 1,000, because it's just easier to look at. Like, if you have place version 6,250 versus 6,340, you kind of got to look a bit closer to know which one you're in, you know? Maybe I'm just looking for reasons. I don't know. Name the kill bricks. Roro, could you please not shut down Ring 6 servers when updating it? I'm pretty far into the tower rush, and I'll be sad to lose a game shutdown. I will not be shutting down the server, so you are good. Because there are no game-breaking bugs like in Ring 5. However, anything can happen on release day with the tower rush, so, you know, just be prepared for who knows what to happen and end your run. I might, depending on what it is, I might be able to help you. Actually, if you could record the run, that would be useful. That way, if anything goes wrong, or if anything doesn't, I can, you know, watch it. You don't, I guess you probably haven't been recording the whole thing. If you have, great, but say you get kicked for checkpoint reasons at the end of a tower, I can go back and see if you hit all the checkpoints. Or if you did, then I can be like, something's not right. Anyways, did I publish this? I don't think I did. Place version 34 is now up. Although, new servers only. Okay. Let's transition back to Ring 6 now. Go File, Exit. Yeah, you might get insta-killed when you reach Tower of Insta-Kill Massacre. Not because of the insta-kills, but because of the weird bug we've yet to figure out what the heck is going on. So, on the tower rush, I mean. Okay, we're going to leave this beam here. Hopefully I remember to make it, to temporarily delete it when I publish place version, I guess, 3. Hold on, let me add things to the changelog too. Okay, ring 5, place version 34 is, what did we do? Fixed, or TOET has been positioned properly. We also fixed a Z fighting issue in the beginner towers area. We fixed a bug with the kill bricks at the bottom of Tower of Desaturated Colors. That was place version 34. Okay. Ring 6, place version 32, or place version 2 of Ring 6. That was the stuff we did earlier. We tried to fix that, but we did fix that. I think there was something else I did too. Oh yeah. The return to lobby button in the standard win room works now. Fixed a soft lock on Tower of Peppermint. I think that's all we did. Nice. All right. And Tower of the Planets has not had any reported bugs. So that's good. Though I should still add its place version 33. Right? Is it on place version 33? I don't remember. Oh, wait. No, I already added its changelog. Okay. So ring 6, place version 3 is what we're dealing with now. There are a lot of bugs that have been reported, so let's just go through them. TOIM, huge skip. Don't know how it works, I just saw someone in chat doing it. You cheesed your tower for difficulty polls rating. Okay, let's see where the difficulty voting point is. TOIM is right here. So this is an invisible can't collide false part, like a checkpoint, but it's the point at which you can, if you get there, you can vote. So somehow someone has been able to make it to here when they shouldn't have. Not sure how. It may have just been like it may not have been like, say, walking along here and somehow getting there. But what if it's this? What if it's, are you immune to insta-kills when you spawn in with your, like, force field on first spawn? That's not even here, though. But if they somehow could walk on here, could they, like, lag high jump up and then continue along there? Not sure, but I will reply to that so I follow that thread. TOBC 3 bugs. Let's tackle those. All right. TOBC, well, it's some people are calling it TOBC 3, Tower of Bubblegum Climbing, but technically it's just TOBC because it's the only TOBC in the area. But anyway, both music zones play the same music. I will fix that later because I hate the music industry. When client objects load, there's a brief moment of bounce pads falling. This is because there's a client object bool in them, and it must be removed. The spinner on floor 7. That would be... Where's the spinner? Where's floor 7? Here we go. Beginner spinning mode, platform, jump. Here we go. Just delete those double client objects. Okay, that's been fixed. Skip on floor 3 if you go to the bubble on the right. Floor 3, bubble on the right. Oh, I guess you mean... What, using this to bounce up a little bit? These are bounce pads, right? That bounce you into the teleporter. Yeah. I guess you can, like, slide through this little gap here. If I just shift this over a little bit, that should fix it. But then you can just walk along there, and that's kind of boring. Let me put it here and then put a little wall to prevent you from doing that. Hopefully this isn't changing anything in a way you don't like it. But if it is, I guess I can always just change it back. But that looks fine to me. Which actually means I think this can just go back to its original spot. So I'd like it to be its actual original spot. So let me go Control Z to put it back there, take its position, spam Control Shift Z or Control Y to redo back to there and put its position back to it. There we go. All right, that's all of those but the music zones fixed. Fixed all these except the music zones, which I'll do later. V3 plus, right? Yeah, V3 plus. Okay. Yeah, I would like to keep the changelogs, like not skip any versions. Like when Ring 5 first released, if you scroll up in the changelog, you'll see that the first place version is like number 9. Because, well, when Ring 5 released, there were a ton of bugs, and it was only, I think, then that I decided to even start doing a place version. Or was it? I don't think it was, actually. No, I did start it with place version 1. But, well, I didn't bother to write a changelog, because most of the time it was, like, changed one line of code that might fix a bug. But, anyways, I don't know. I just don't want there to be a random skipped number, even though it's really not that deep, because who's even scrolling back that far anyway? Point is, those are now fixed, so I'll keep following that one, actually, because, I didn't fix all of them. I still got the music one, but I hate the music industry, so we're gonna do that later. Okay, now for the bug where the final floor is raised too low, and you can hit the teleporter of that floor and get insta-killed. Okay, with a video demonstration. Okay, so the problem is you jump down here, and then you get bounced up here, but you hit, I guess, this insta-kill. Yeah. Let's see. If I temporarily make this semi-transparent, the reason this is here is so that you get insta-killed if you run out of time. If I put it like 4 studs up, that means the lowest you can stand on this floor at all, which is actually here, so... This should, let's go here to be safe. And where is it previously? It was way down here. That's still kind of cutting it close. I don't really like that. There's a bounce pad somewhere. Is it here? Jump pad in TON. Here it is. I just couldn't find it to select it. Go find that, and then change its... If I decrease its power slightly, I'll test this in a second to make sure it does bounce you high enough still. And see if you get insta-killed. Okay. But the reason this here is for the thingy. The final floor, which you get insta-killed if you run out of time. Should I add no clip? How many of these, Oh, there was a bug in Ring 5 with Tower of White Ball. We'll have to go back and fix that. But let's test this one first. What was it? TON? Man, I need a speed item. Yeah, let me just get no clip. I am not gonna... waste a bunch of time just walking. Go to the place where I have a copy store. And then go. Okay, got him. And now let's go workspace. Whoa. Let's just go collapse all first, because things are getting a bit chaotic. Go paste into here. Nice. Right. Now I can quickly go over to TON and test out the issue. Okay. So, does the insta-kill still work? Yes. So, I didn't, break anything with that. I also have a bunch of pings in general. If I'm assuming they're not bug things. If they're bug reports, please put them in bug reports, because otherwise, well, I'm not really checking the other ones at the moment. I mean, because I'm streaming, if on a normal day, I would probably see it, but you know, okay. So on here, if you get bounced, you can you still make it to there? It's not as easy. Oh, but you do get teleported. So maybe I should lower this a little bit. Lower that little place to land on. I'm gonna do that. You would be able to walk on top of here, which I don't know if the builders wanted that, but whatever. Then I gotta redraw this thing, which is gonna be slightly annoying. Okay. This is just a curve with the thing. Okay, I have the plugin, so if I go curve, then start it at the same spot, then end it at the same spot, or around the same spot, with the correct gravity pull. Well, it needs to be negative. Let's go like negative 30. That's a little too much. Negative 15. Well, I do want it to be lower, so let's go negative 20, because it is less bounce power. Now click it and then just deselect everything. Now we want it to be this color, 0.7 transparency, and can collide true. So select this. It is anchored. Go. Oh wait, it doesn't. Does it need to be that many parts? It's fine. Hierarchy select. Nope. Hierarchy select children. Make sure they're all can collide false, because they're can collide true, because they're can collide false for some reason. Make them the right color. Transparency 0.7. Wait, I want these to be can collide false. Just kidding. And ooh, what material was it? It was neon. There. Now it's a lot brighter. Okay. Then let's make this go into the part that looks a little nicer, rather than stopping just before it, if you look closely. And that's fine as is. Should be good now. So not only has the indication been fixed, but the destination you're trying to jump to is easier to get to with the lower bounce power. So you go down here. Still not great. Let's see. I mean, most people on their first time through would probably like this. Yeah, this just allows you to do that, so you don't actually have to use the bounce pad, but you can. It's kind of weird too. I think it's fine. Then you go down here. All right. So this has been fixed in v3+. And I will now unfollow that post because, well, yeah, I don't need to see that anymore. But if you need me to see more of it, then just ping me, and it will re-follow me to that post. Okay. Next up, we got the difficulty voting thing, which was supposed to be up here on the screen. Let me find the center by doing control scroll, or control scaling. Make it a different color so it stands out, just temporarily. And then this is easier to center by counting. That's 3, let's go 0.25. That's 0.5. 0.25, there we go. Nice, okay. So now, we got the click sound and stuff, but we need the surface, well, we need this larger, quite frankly. Well, that was easy. Let's make sure it still works. Actually, I might change the scale again now that I think about it. Yeah, it does still work. Cool. Oh, wait, those are supposed to be the buttons. Okay. That'll look nice. Okay. Anything in the chat? Yo, Roro, the water in the pool room is not there. Oh, I guess that wasn't copied over. Okay. I will do that one next. It's going to be annoying to put that on these because it's all one part. So I'm just going to pretend those are just extra. They're decoration. I will, though, make these be white and the arrow be black. Text color 3 needs to be 000. And background color 3 needs to be 255, 255, 255. And then can I make the text larger? Text scaled is already on, but can I make it even bigger by just cranking that? No, it's like the same. I could use a decal, but I think that'll be a later thing to do. For now, it's good. Possible visual change later. Although this is, at the end of the day, a visual change anyway, but another visual change might be coming your way. Stay tuned. As you can see, it loads, and yeah, you can see it out there. Let me vote. Did I ever... Hold on. So I voted on Tower of Relief. I voted on this. Those are the only ones I've actually given a real vote for. The others are just, like, filler. For, like, testing purposes, I granted myself the ability to cast those votes, even though I have not reached a difficulty voting point on a legit run yet. Okay. So that is now good. Now for the pool. Okay. So somewhere around here, there's a secret pool room, I think. Here it is. Is this supposed to be completely full with water? I don't think so. At least I don't want it to be. So, let's go view. Which terrain editor? There it is. Go generate. Select a little box, and then fill up the desired area with it. Have it go slightly outside the pool zone. What just happened? I don't want import, I just want edit. There we go. And then, yeah, I want to make sure there's no water spilling over into the adjacent rooms or anything. So I want it to go just barely outside the desired area. That should be fine. And then this, make the water level low enough because, well, we don't want water going through here and into wherever that leads to. Okay, now that looks good. Yep. Let me go fill with water. Fill. Very nice. And you know what would look kind of cool? If I make it a different color. This is the only water in the area, so if I can close that. If I make it like gray, let's go like 100, 100, 100. Ew, that looks horrible. Never mind. It's making it all yellow and weird because of the reflecting of that. Okay. Reply to a few of these bug fix posts and unfollow them as necessary. Okay. Again, these are all being fixed in V3+, so you're not going to see this until after I publish it. I think the most recent one is currently V2, but I don't know if there's any, or if there's still been people from the V1 server in there. Okay. Next up, let's see what else we got. TOIM, huge skip. We don't really know what to do about that. Though you said in the chat, something. I think something about force field. They said you added a force field. I don't know how they got that. Interesting. We'll see. Okay. Well, there's the TOWB thing that's in Ring 5. TORM needs a new version. New builders don't have the roles. All right, that's what we'll do. They have the roles in the Discord, but not in the game chat. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I gotta make this chat tags thing better because it's not a good way of doing it, but it does work. Which is just listing all the usernames. I mean, it kind of works. If it were something like, if you're in, say, the group, you get a chat tag. But this also doesn't allow for customization. So, like, if you have multiple chat tags, then, oh well for you. You just have to go with the one that's here. If you wanted to change it, I'd have to go edit it and then change it in every place, and that's awkward to do that. Right. So now at this point, we're just gonna have to, rather annoyingly, go and find all these user IDs. If I Control F it and then, yeah. Actually, there are better ways to do this. Let's add a bunch of new lines, and notice they underline it in blue if you have the same key defined multiple times in a table. So there actually is no reason to use Control F. Okay, and then we'll just go, or the reason that's good is because now that just makes it easier to make sure I don't do any dupes. That one I know is a dupe because Brian, the builder of the bubble tower, is already a builder on there. There's this one. There, just gotta get in a bit of a rhythm here. Go like that. Keep trying to alt-tab between them. I already have a chat tag. I don't think this guy does. Wait. Yeah. The one... Let me get rid of all these. I like that better. There. Okay, that way I don't have to question which one I'm on. Don't alt-tab. You're not supposed to use on... Okay, then there's this one. Control-C. Control-V. It's not alt-tab. There's this one. I think this is Gaming Legend. I think he already has one. Yeah. There's this one. The builder of this one actually submitted, I think, a couple. He did like 3 in Ring 5. Is that the same ID? I don't know. Let's find out. Yes. And don't forget that this one exists. Because it, it's hiding up there. Tower of Winning, that's Gaming Legend. He's already on there. Mountainous Trials, that's the Epic Noob King. He's not on there. That's a dupe. Hold on. Skiz should be on there already because of... Wait, did you build another tower? You did Tower of Relief, yeah. This guy's not. I don't think this one is either. Unless this is... That's not a dupe. Okay. That one's by Brian. That one's by the guys who built TOC and TOBB. Tower of Creamsicle and Tower of Berry Blast. I just realized those are both food themed. Interesting. Train a Train should be on there already. Yeah. Who also did this one. Limbs is this one. And this one is also a builder already. Yeah. Okay. There's also the TOAA. Let me not try to find it and reveal secrets I don't want to, but wait, this is Gaming Legend and or this is just Gaming Legend and who's the other one? Zero Complication. They're both on there already. But I guess it can't hurt to check. Already on there. And already on there. Okay, so that's all I need to add. And let's just combine those two little chunks there. That should be good. And now I just got to upload or update the script in all the other places. Okay, let me first go and collapse all. There. Okay. Fixed V3 plus. WinPad not changing colors on TOAT. Alright. That would be over here. I think that's just a matter of this needs to be where is it? Use part color. That needs to be checked. I think it's that simple. Let me go run or play here if I'm just gonna misclick. That's nice. I clicked Shift P. What is up with that? Okay, yeah. That works. Okay. Fixed in V3 plus. Let's unfollow. Ring select bugged on mobile. Okay. Now, the ring select doesn't have a place version. So, we'll come back to it in a second. Hold on. Practically impossible jump on Toka 1, floor 8. You can't flip early enough to get to the truss. The truss itself fades quickly, so even if you barely have enough time to set up the flick. Okay, yeah. I mean, indeed, TOCA 1 is like, it says it's challenging. Even though he nerfed it, I still feel like it's remorseless, or at least like high intense. But the jump he's talking about is this one, I believe, right? This is Limbs, not the builder of the tower. That was implied. Yeah. Is Skiz in this chat right now? I don't know. If I were in this tower, I would do this. Wait, hold on. What is this? You can't flip early enough to get to the truss. Also, the truss itself fades so quickly, so even if you do, you barely have enough time to set up the flick. That's not exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get into climbing animation here. But if I were building this tower, and, you know, I feel like this would be one of those situations of, does it really need to be removed? Like, do we really need to nerf this? But no one's going to complain if you nerf it. That being said, I don't know. I'm not the builder of this tower, so what I'm going to do is temporarily, or maybe not. What am I doing? Select both these parts, group them into a model, and we're going to Toka 1, floor 8, jump 2, possibly remove. And then just put that in, like, server storage. Or I could put it in the testing dump place, but this will be fine. Okay. And then that's just a regular part, can collect true, etc. Okay. Nerfed V3 plus. Okay. Anything else in Ring 5? There are some more bug reports that have come in. Lighting. I don't know if this is intended, but the lighting is awful in most, probably all towers, especially bad with towers that have darker platform/frame colors, such as TOAT. Yeah, most likely because the towers that were designed in mind just have the default skybox colors, but because Ring 6 is generally darker, this happens. Not technically a bug, but it's annoying. Still, it needs to be fixed. Okay. I mentioned this earlier. So, let's see. First, things are getting a bit chaotic. Let's collapse all and watch all my trebles simplify. Okay, so let's use TOIM. That's honestly the worst affected one of these, because it's like, I mean, just look at this. This is like horrible. You can't see this at all. Well, actually you can, because the bright yellow. But most obvious thing would be increase the brightness. Then I wonder if the ambient is a cause as well. As a matter of fact, it is. That made that significantly better. Well, sort of. Let's go like 100, 100, 100. And also, what's the difference between ambient and outdoor ambient? I don't know. Lighting 3. Let's see what lighting... Still, it's like it's kind of the way the sun is. It's like... where do you change that? That's in lighting also. Hold on. Yeah, the clock time. It's like the sun is rising. If I make it a bit higher, It makes everything blue, which looked kind of cool, actually, but I experimented with this before. Like, why does it change color so much in that situation? Oh, also, don't let me forget to temporarily remove that when I update the place. What if we make it 6.4, meet in the middle? Still a bit yellow, but you also still can't see anything. Do I rage bait and do 6.7? No, because you still can't even see it. All right, let's go to like 10. Still not. It must be the light. What? Okay, back to 6.3. Where it was before. So like even cranking the brightness to 10, like where it's in the shadow, that's just like impossible to see. Even if I make it noon, why is it still so hard to see? It must be some other lighting change here. Color shift bottom. Still don't know what that means. Doesn't seem to be majorly affecting anything. But cranking the ambient barely changes anything. Actually, it does. Hold on. Wait, that's mostly the clock time. Okay, this is how it was before. Brightness barely helps this. But that's kind of just one angle of one tower. Why does it suddenly look like that? Wait, no, I'm going crazy. That's how... What? It just means everything get brighter suddenly. Oh, it's the ambient. This is how it was before. If you ask me, this looks better except in towers with dark color schemes, such as this one. It's really just a matter of experimenting with different colors or different lighting stuff. Realistic? Does that change anything? No. Environment. Wait, can't I hover over these? I don't think you guys can see this, but if you hover over it, it gives you a little like hint on what it does. Ambient is the lighting hue applied to areas that are occluded from the sky, such as indoor areas. Outdoor ambient, the lighting hue applied to outdoor areas. Yeah, ambient makes this so much better to make it brighter, but the rest of it doesn't look quite as good. Let's meet in the middle. Let's go 100. Yeah, here's 100 versus how it was before. You can't even notice a difference. But in here wait, 0. Here's 0. Here's 100. You can't even notice a difference. All right, let's try 200. Still makes everything else too bright. So let's try 150, 150, 150. Okay, here's 150. Here's 0. See how things look inside this tower. Barely helps. Why is it like so sudden? 180? I mean, let's try 175. 170? I think 180 is the way to go. You can't really notice this that much. And actually, what if I make it a bit yellowy? Because it was kind of like that before. With the glaring sun over there. Which I'd like. Okay, here's new lighting. Here's old lighting. Old lighting. New lighting. No, wait. Old lighting, new lighting. Old lighting, new lighting. Old lighting, new lighting. Old lighting. This is too yellowy. Hold on. Desaturated a bit. Old lighting, new lighting. Old lighting, new lighting. It's making it a bit brighter, which is, in fact, what we want. Increasing the brightness. Well, now suddenly it's kind of glaring and it looks bad. And again, this is, like, terrible. What is going on? Maybe it's, is it just because this is, like, really dark? What if I make it a bit brighter? Let's try 50, 50, 50. That's a bit gray, or a bit more gray. You can notice that, but honestly, does that even matter? That's kind of the only part affected by that. This kind of, but you can still see well enough. And certainly you can see better now than you could before. Yeah, honestly, only this wall is like impossible to see, but well, you can still kind of just see, oh, that's not an insta-kill. I could, you know, like, it's not an important thing to be able to see. Not as important as, say, something else. Like, actual sections of gameplay, say, here. But what about this? Is this still readable? Yeah, this definitely still readable. Okay, cool. Fixed in v3+. All right. That was the lighting issue. Let's unfollow that. We've hit that. All right. TOIM, huge skip. Don't know how to do that. Still need to do the thing for the thing and the thing with the thing with the thing with the thing. One of the copyrighted audios in game. Right, still got that one to deal with. Tower Rush doesn't work. Ooh, did we solve that one yet? I think we did. Tower Rush room. Yeah, how do you get to this? I don't even remember. Actually, wait, I think I just remembered. Oh, hi, I loved your Ito fan game. Thanks. WinPad still doesn't work. If you're inside a tower, you won't be affected by outdoor ambient. Okay. Maybe outdoor ambient is the key to fixing TOIM. I don't know if I like this so much anymore. It's very bright. Brighter than I'm used to, anyway. I don't know. It's supposed to, you're in the void, you know? It's like a dark void. It's not supposed to be... Yeah, let's try keeping it on brightness. Well, no. It's not that. It's the ambient, mostly. Yeah, making the ambient that color with 2. That at least looks good in the lobby. Let's go see TOIM and also test this weird bug. Okay, that works perfectly fine. Suddenly. TOIM seems good. Down here is good as well. Not great visibility, but it's good enough. So remember that color and remember that brightness is now 3. So I have that color copied so that I can remember it and use it in just a moment. Isn't this the entrance to... Hello? I thought this was the entrance to the thing. You know what? We're going to use an alternative method called no-clip to... Did I publish V3 with no-clip? No, I didn't. The last thing I published was... Wait, this is TOIA. What? I'm getting distracted by randomly having horrible visions of accidentally uploading or publishing with no clip. Here's R6TR. Why is nothing loaded? Where's the portal? Something is going serious. Oh, it's because I'm in TOIM. That being said, what happened to the portal? But where was it? Technically, it was right here. Well, now the portal's back. Is it unanchored or something? Okay, now the lighting resets properly. But hold on, I think the lighting reverter is in the wrong place. Yeah, I have it here, and you spawn here, so this should actually go right there. Doesn't need to really be centered, because, well, yeah. Okay. So that is good. Fixed in V3+. And unfollow Tower Rush doesn't work. Okay. Let's look at suggestions now. There's only one. Well, there's 2, actually. Emote button / alignment keys. Let me reply, yes, this is planned and will come soon. Yeah. Emote button and alignment keys were actually going to be on the Ring 6 like main release, but I canceled that a while ago. However, it will be a small post-release update. Community culture and group photos. I have noticed a big decrease in memes on the Ito fan games, and I don't like that. These memes are super fun to look at and also create. Okay, that's fine. That's not really a thing to do right now, but that is in suggestions. All right. Back to here. Let's continue experimenting with lighting. the way I have it right now. Okay. Right, I wanted to make this be the new thing, or this be the new ambient, regular ambient. Yeah. Here's, well, outdoor ambient doesn't affect things inside towers. That's one thing you just said, one of you guys, which makes sense because it's called outdoor ambient. So that means ambient is what changes. Is there there's no specifically indoor ambient. I mean, if I change wait, does outdoor ambient change the inside or change outside? A little bit, yeah. I mean, how bad is TOAT with this lighting? It's not great. Is atmosphere gonna help at all? I wonder if I can, like, it doesn't really have lighting. The two arrows are supposed to be on the other screens in the difficulty booting area. Yeah, sorry. I'll look into that later. This isn't great, but it's possible. Okay. Let's try. If I crank the brightness, it's harsh. That's how I describe it. Harsh lighting. What if I crank these up? There, that's if I crank outdoor ambient, that affects inside, which doesn't make any sense. What if I crank regular ambient? Yeah, that's better. The problem is now everything's just white. I want it to be more yellowy. So what if I make it more like this? Still too bright. Let's try that. Here's what we had before. Here's what we have now. Before, after. Before, after. Now it's too yellowy, but you can... What? Keep going. A little bit brighter. Again, what does brightness actually help with, though? Yeah, no. Increasing the brightness only helps a little bit, because it's still harsh, again. 6.4? We can keep experimenting with the clock time, as that seems to be affecting things a lot. But that makes it all bluey. I want it yellow. Okay. Let's just keep increasing this until I like it. How about that? Too bright outside. A little bit less. How about that? Wait, this is supposed to be 6.3. Hold on. There you go. Yeah, I think this is, it's good on the inside of towers, but it's still too bright. What if I turn down brightness back to what it was before? Actually, I like this. This works, as long as it's not impossible to see things in here. It's a little bit better with, let's meet in the middle. Slightly closer to the darker side, though. 1.3, you can see good enough in here. This looks fine. I'll go into play mode in a moment. And this is good. This is good. What are they doing? Oh, yeah. The lighting. Yeah, I think this works. Let's try actually going into TOAT now, though. Cool. Okay. Let's go do a couple more things to ring 5. Well, actually, this is just about ready for publishing. I just need to change a couple things before I publish it. Let's go starter pack. Let's delete those. Delete this beam. Verify that no clip isn't here before I actually publish no clip. It is not. I can cancel. You can stop the playtest and go change the place version. Well, wait. Bring those back. Change the place version. It's now place version 3. And then find this, delete it. Find these two things, delete it. Once again, verify that there's no clip, even though there's no array there would be. Yep. What is SMToH about? It's my Ito fan game with tower obbies. Yay. Okay. Anyway, those are good. So now let's go save. And wait for it to save. Come on. Any day now. There we go. And publish. All right. Awesome. Wait, one more thing. Bring back those. These are back in Studio, but will not be there for Place version 3 when you play it. All right. I will end the stream soon, as I've been doing this for, let's see, 2 hours, 57 minutes. Ugh. And I am very tired on 4 hours of sleep. But there are a couple more things I wish to do for some final bug fixes. But again, continue to report any that you find in the bug fixes channel in the Discord. Okay. TOWB outside reset swinging platforms are impossible. Okay, that is a quick and easy fix. The problem is you reset these and these just like fall. And the cause is that this needs to have a bool value called box anchor. Control C. And then find the other one. Control Shift V. Okay, that fixes that. Fixed in V35 plus. We're on 35 now because we're dealing with ring 5. So I can unfollow that. Then we got the new version of TORM. Got to do that later. That's actually the only one in ring 5 at the moment. Let's change place version to V35. I also need to type in the change logs in the Discord. We'll do that momentarily. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do place versions with ring select because kind of the reason for place versions is so that you could know if you're in a server with the updated fixes. But you're always gonna end up in a new server in the ring select because its server limit or player limit is 1 for the ring select. Okay. Now, if I go over to TOWB, starts Rodaven. Wonder if I should make there be like a lobby speed activator or something. Like speed pads around the lobby, and then when you enter a tower, you will have it reset to normal. That might be something worth adding because that is kind of a long walk to over here. Now the thing is, why does this one not turn green sometimes? Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. It's weird. What is going on? Why can't I see anything? There we go. Go find where that swing was. which might be a bit tricky in the lighting. No, that wasn't it. Wait. Yeah, it was here. What? Why are they still not there? Okay. Without no clip, we're going to have to get a little creative with how I'm going to test this. By taking, like, this part and its coordinates and then going back to client view. Going F9 to get to the dev console. Server. Take those positions. Workspace.sharknoob2001.humanoidRootPart.position equals vector 3.new, and then add like 5 to this so that I spawn just above it rather than inside that part. Okay. Did something not work right? No, I did. It says it doesn't. It has don't spawn first on, which I don't want. That was what was happening. It's not that they fell. So I want to take this and go don't spawn first off, meaning it will spawn first, aka it will spawn the push box, which is actually a swinging part, on the when you enter the game or enter the tower, I guess. Okay, so tower or TOWB not loading the green sign. Is it not doing the lobby thing or the difficulty line on the chart either? Probably isn't. Well, maybe it is. We'll check that in just a second. That's my next thing to check. Because there are 2 possible causes that I can think of. It could have something to do with the way that the sign kind of looks different than the other towers, or it could have something to do with the fact that it's counting if you've won it a bit differently. Because it replaced a different tower. Also, this is good. But let's verify by going Shift P, F9, open that, and run this teleport line again. And make sure you can reset it all good. Yep, we're good. Okay. Oh, I meant to check if it turned the sign green. Alright, we should be able to see the sign from over here. This time it turned green, and TOWB is green here. Kill the test. Yeah. Next stream when? Right now. Actually, I'll end this stream and then start another one. That's what I'll do. Actual answer is maybe tomorrow. Probably not. Oh, look at that. TOWB line is green, but TOWB sign isn't. That suggests it's not a problem with the counting of towers. If you've because it replaced a different tower. Again, we got. Why did it do the other side this time? It's probably something with the sign going wrong, like double 2 parts there or something weird like that. Let's go see. We were also having an issue with the ring 5 tower rush thing. It said it wasn't finding sign, but it is there. So maybe it was just a one-off, didn't load quite in time. I saw that earlier. I might also need to look into doing a wait for child. Maybe. Okay. Back over to this sign. What is going on? I see. It said we got 2 signs. It does. Let's just rename this invisible sign. Well, actually, let's call it sign text. Anything that's not signed. That makes sense. Then this. No, what? I select the wrong one. Why are there 2 of these? Oh, wait, because there's stuff on the back side. Why not just... Oh, because this one's got the... Okay. So we got sign text. We got this. We got this. So it's just choosing a different one each time. This one is sign text, right? Yes. So this is sign text. This one is also sign text. Yes. So what do I want to turn green? Honestly, I like it better if this one turns green. So we're going to go white sign. I guess I want the black side to turn green because like the tower nameplates on all the others are black, so it's like you're used to seeing the black tower name turn green, if that makes sense. Doing that, we now only have one thing called sign. The reason it sometimes didn't turn green was in those instances, that would be when what is now called sign text got the effect applied to it. It seems to have, it's either just random, which I honestly doubt, or it has to do with which one loads first. Okay, now that's loaded. That's loaded. Green, I mean. So obviously, green tower names applied to it. Let's just start and restart the game a couple times, and this will be the last thing I do. Actually, no, it's not. I gotta fix the ring select 2. That will be the last thing I do for the stream. That's good. Yep. But the ring select bug will not be a long fix. It'll be quick. I know exactly what I need to do, and it's very simple. One more should be good. As you can see, that over there is green, and so is that. Okay. And there's no clip in this version, so... Right, this is in V35. Okay. Search no clip, and as you can see, nothing shows up. So, there is in fact no clip, but, you know... It would be really bad if there was no clip, so... Another test can't hurt of checking that that's all good. Green. Green. Yes. And no clip. So that, I already updated the place version text, so now if I go control save, I already did that apparently. Alt publish. Now ring 5 is ready. Let me type in the change logs because I would like to do that. Easily skippable section in TON. I might get kicked in the tower rush for it. Or I got kicked in the tower rush for it. Yeah, how well did you do on that? 155 minutes or 133. I can't tell what that says. It's very blurry in the Discord embed. I'll look into that later. There is one more bug reports. TOIM WinPad doesn't work. I'm in V1, so I don't know if this is fixed in later versions. Again, probably the same loaded towers info bug. Something I still need to look into. Okay. Right, so I gotta write some change logs. I know you guys can't see this. What are you guys even looking at? You're looking at ring 5. It looks good. Just enjoy that view for a moment. Okay, so ring 5, place version 35. What do we do? Fixed a soft lock on tower of white ball involving unanchored hanging parts. We also fixed a bug where tower of white balls sign wouldn't turn green if you've beaten the tower. Okay, that was ring 5 place version 35. Ring 6 place version 3. What did we do? Fixed a skip on tower of bubblegum climbing. Adjusted the lighting so you can see better in towers with darker color schemes. Was that all we did? Oh, fixed an issue with you getting insta-killed on Tower of Noobtastic when you weren't supposed to. I think that's it. Yeah, if I think of something else, I'll just edit the message. Okay. One final thing remains. Let me go File, Exit here. And reopen the starting place. Alright, Here we are in the starting place, aka the ring select. The issue is that let's go test. Let's go device and go on an ancient iPhone 4S. As you can see, the jump button kind of conflicts with this button. Actually, on this side screen, it's not too bad. The person who reported it, let's see if I can take a guess at what device they're on. Probably iPad, from the fact that most mobile players play on iPad, I believe. Ring select bugged on mobile. No, that could have been phone, actually. It's like wider. Let's do like an iPhone 12. Well, this works. iPhone 14 Pro. Yeah, as you can see, you have to click like the very edge, and doing that with your finger is going to be annoying. There's a fix, though. If I set your jump power to 0 when you... Actually, wait. If you're... You can move around because you can just press buttons. So you need to like spawn in a... Well, you spawn here. If I make your jump power 0, then you can't jump. And on mobile, that also makes your jump button just disappear. So if I... Where was that? It was like... Starter player, something like... No? Server script service? Teleport server? No. Where's the script that I made it do the fade in? Well, it's somewhere, I guess. Secrets, nothing. Rings data, that's just a module script of tables. Oh, here we go. Ring select client, I believe it was. What is... Yeah, I did. Was it in this script? I don't remember. What was it? Transition controller? Something like that. Well, I guess I would have done it. What should I even search for? Tween? Transparency, I'll bet. Ah, here it is. This just runs when the script starts, which is going to be on every respawn. So if I just also when this starts, I go local player. Well, player. Okay, game dot. Hold on. Require the player service up here, or get the thing. Local players equals game get service players. Go back down to here. Players dot local player. Well, hold on. Let's let's go task.wait 1, and then we can delay this a little bit further, because I think waiting 1 second is like just on the verge of how long the little transition tween bug thing works. You could watch the Ring 6 devlog for what that means. But I can increase the time this is open, or the black screen is there for a moment. And then right before you're released, and you can see, let's go players.localplayer.character.humanoid jump power equals 0. That will prevent you from jumping and make the jump button disappear. And jump power will be, or walk speed will be 0 as well, so you don't just wander off the map, and that would be kind of weird, and then you die for some reason, and that seems like, yeah. So that's good. And then if I press W for a bit and then switch over to server view, I didn't move, which was what was supposed to happen. Like, that was correct. I wasn't supposed to move. Okay, now if I go on a phone, a mobile device, in the emulator thingy, we should have no jump button, and you can click those to your heart's content. Okay. Let's go off of the testing thingy, and now let me go save. Publish. Okay. So, like I said, there's no place version for the ring select because when I publish the update, everyone who joins the game is going to see that update immediately rather than having to get into a new server. If you type RNG similar to Ito while focused on ring run, it should display a chance. It does do that. But I don't even know what the secrets are, and there's only like 2 of them, so. Why am I stuck? Hello? There we go, that was weird. I didn't just change anything, did I? No. Okay. But do I want a ring select change log? I guess I could organize it by date, maybe? I mean, it would work. Let's just duplicate the ring 6 channel. Call it ring select. And then we'll just organize it by date. Wait. We can use the Unix time converter Discord thingy. And that we'll say it was at 12 p.m. Well, my time. So on the hour. Even it was like 2 minutes ago. Let's go 12:04. Then let's okay. So this will be organized by date of update rather than place version. While in the ring select, your walk speed and jump power are both 0. This prevents A, walking off the base plate, and B, hides the jump button on mobile, allowing you to more easily click the arrow buttons. There. All right. Cool. That was the final thing I wanted to do in the stream. Whew, okay. I'd like to show my character. Hold on. Let me go like this and then go like this. Now you can see my character. Okay. For the outro, you know. All right. That was a lot. I had to finish the video at 4 a.m. and then I got 4 hours of sleep and then premiered the video and then streamed for another 3 hours. But it's done. Now I can rest. Yeah, this was also like a crazy busy week this week. I had, let's see, 2 concerts, a performance at church on Sunday, and a calculus final, which I got a 103.8 on. Let's go. Yeah, so it was just like 100% energy for a week straight until right now, where I can finally rest. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So, yeah. Yeah, there's also the Ito Christmas event. That's releasing in, I think, an hour or 2. I will not be playing that right now. I don't know if I'll play it at all, actually. It's probably good, and I will have time. Right. My semester is basically done. There is next week, which is the finals week, but I'm not taking any, so my calculus final was the only final. So basically I have like a free 2-day week next week with nothing. And, yeah. After that, I'm not doing any like college classes next semester, you know, because calculus, it was just eating all my time. It was crazy how it took even more time for calculus 2 when I had, calculus 1, I didn't have like a block at school specifically to work on it. And this year I had 2, and it still took me more time. But then again, there was also like marching band and stuff. So that's why Ring 6 took so long. It was calculus and marching band, and my life is so busy. But I'm glad we've made it to the end for Ring 6. Well, there's still more updates coming, so yeah. Next goals for SMToH. Probably I'm going to focus on Citadel Leon Laboratories next. That being said, Ring 7 I want to come out soon, along with an April Fool's event. The lobby builders were saying they wanted to do a couple of them. We're wanting to do a April Fool's event, and there's no reason it should use V5.5 because it's all new towers. I mean, the only reason there would be was because I hadn't. It would be longer to get V6 going because it's no good reason. So it would be better if I make Ring 7, which is going to use V6, and it's going to require fundamentally rescripting a lot of stuff. But that sounds bad, and it kind of is. But what that means is that I can apply my answers to the question if I rescripted Ring 5 again from scratch, which is like the basis of all the Ito fan game stuff. What would I do differently? Well, I can apply that. I'll name a few. I can probably better organize the scripts. I mean, that's kind of always possible. I'd like to think they're pretty well organized as is, but let's see. I could also, when I put remote events, I kind of do a weird way of doing that. Let me explain. Let's see. I think there are some here. Yeah. Teleport player. So there's in the variables, I always put in the scripts. I always put teleport player, in this case RE for remote event. There could also be like as a little suffix to sort of better clarify as the variable name. RE, RF, BE, BF. Those are the 4 remote and bindables. And then but I only put BE or whatever on the end of the object name in the if there were like 2 with the same name where one of them's a bindable event and one's a bindable function, for example. Hold on, this works a little better. I know I'm rambling. Deal with it. So if I were to rescript that, why did everything become studs? Oh wait, is that that might be a ring select secret. Wait, what's my RNG? Whoa. 1 out of 4. Okay, anyways. Point is, I would name the object things to have B, E, R, F, whatever, because it's just kind of a weird inconsistency. So, yeah. That's a very minor thing. It's not causing issues, but there are other such things. And additionally, probably most importantly, is I would make Ring 7, before I start inserting towers and stuff, I'd make it generically. A way that can be very easily, like, adapted to new things. Like, to reuse what I used for Ring 5 and Ring 6, I had to rather awkwardly copy-paste some things and, like, change things in a weird way. If I make, like, a basic generic template and then use that to become Ring 7, that would take probably longer to make Ring 7, but would save a lot of time down the line for, say, April Fools that are very easy to implement. Additionally, V6, it's fundamentally a lot different for how it's coded than V5.5, and it was a big update that took them like 5 years for them to update it from V5. Point is, V6 is going to be around a while, I'll bet. There will probably be minor updates, but chances are those won't be big fundamental rescripting things. So, there's that. So, I don't know if I'm going to finish Citadel of Leon Laboratories. I'm probably not, because I want to get April Fools out by April Fools, of course, and Ring 7 obviously has to come first, so it must be before April Fools. Meaning, I want Ring 7 probably to come out around March, around March, early, mid-March, kind of the same time I had Ring 5 release, but plus 1 year. But that gives me 3 months. But the reason for Citadel of Leon Laboratories, when I restart that and like revamp it, what I have so far, that's going to use V6, and I really ought to get used to V6 before trying to script the whole Ring 7 using it. Because like the way client object scripts work are different. It's not the same. So I definitely need to build at least something with a V6. I mean, a full Citadel would definitely prepare me, but do I have time to build a full Citadel and Ring 6 and Ring 7 and April Fools all before March 1st or April 1st? We'll have to see. That being said, because I'm not taking any college classes, I'll have a lot more time, and that will give me time to do like more videos too. Like I've been very sparsely uploading these past few months. Mostly to work on Ring 6, I suppose, and also school and stuff. But yeah. Holy ramble. I know. But yeah, that is going to conclude the stream. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Probably no stream tomorrow, but you never know. I'd say there's a average % chance, so maybe not any lower than normal. Yeah, so continue to report any bugs or give suggestions in the Discord. I'll be doing some more probably later throughout the day, small bug fixes, and throughout the coming weeks as well. So that's it. I'll see you in the next video or live stream, and have a great day.